Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a good night's sleep because it's time for breakfast.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
It's Sunday afternoon, so it's time for Doc's Kid Party. Join Doc, co-host Jeff Kendall, and their guests for 2+ hours of fun, quality, and maybe fisticuffs. And now, here he is, your host, Doc Duckus.
It reminds me
Hi there. And it's hot. We're in the middle of a heat wave. Ow.
not here.
96 degrees outside here. But I got the air conditioner working, and it's 74 right here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, I bought a black car at the end of last year. First black car I've had in a while.
Does it look better in the shade?
Probably. But I'll tell you, like, as soon as you go to get in it, as soon as you put your hand on the... So it's like, you get into the car, and then it's like, holy crap.
Second-degree burns.
I know.
Hey, yeah.
But I put my hand on the gear shifting. So it's like, everything's like, push the button and get the windows down and all this kind of stuff. Ow, it's hot.
I got plexiglass panels on my Corvette T-roof, and they're black, and
It's hot. Yeah.
it's like a bread oven when you open the door. It's horrible.
So I'm not used to this now. We're gonna have to get some hot pads or whatever, those cooking things at the driveway. Yeah, you talk about, it's got a heated steering wheel. I'll bet.
Now, Doc, you need to bring your dinner in your car. You could cook dinner on your dashboard.
You could.
Yeah, have a burger in the car.
It's crazy. Tell me about the heat, Jeff Kendall.
Yes. Well, it's only 91 degrees here, isn't it, Ace? It's not as hot as it was.
Yeah,
during the night, it's it's windy and
Yeah, it's 96 with a heat index of 101. Lovely.
Yeah.
Ow. Yeah. Who else is here? Oh,
I'm here. It's not very warm here. I'm just doing the calculation. It is. It is 61
degrees
here.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
cool.
that's nice.
Cool and wet.
Nice.
Yeah. Global warming is really,
It's poo-poo.
No, it's not like June at all here right now.
It's like February.
No.
Tim Allen is here too. And look, he's
Yeah,
underdog today.
What the heck was that beginning, Doc?
You didn't like that?
That was your worst yet, I must say.
Well, thank you. Okay, you're fired. So anyway, who else is here? Oh, James Farley.
Hey, James.
Hot.
It's hot there, too.
Hi.
Hey, Ollie.
He says we're late. Come on now.
We're not late.
Yeah.
What? Did somebody
It
see
was like-
what's cool?
Yes.
We have the latest
like
news on all the
60
celebrities. Of course we
I
do.
see it.
Friday it was like 60 here. Yesterday it's 90. Today it's 95. I'm like,
Yeah.
make up your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, for all you people who have been join us because it's cooler inside than it is outside, so you might as well come in and watch us for a while, right?
Yeah, turn on your AC, get you a cold drink, and
Yeah. And Wes, so thank you for
I
joining
bid
us.
you welcome.
Fill up the bathtub with ice cubes.
there you go. Get in there. I've kind of noticed myself since Brian Wilson's passing, there's a lot of Beach Boys appearances, television appearances online.
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen all sorts of them, and somebody put up the Beach Boys had a concert in Oklahoma City in 1964, and one of our local talk show hosts of the time, her name was Ida B. She interviewed the Beach Boys.
Wow.
and it's a Ida B interview with the Beach Boys and a little bit of their concert. They had a concert at a amusement park called Spring Lake. So, and actually, if you watch the interview, Dennis actually hits on her. Seriously.
Did
I
they,
watched.
did they interview Murray Wilson too?
Oh, Murray wasn't there, but the five guys were there. It says because Carl's still in high school, 1964.
Because Murray would have said it was a good show, but they were flatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
Aunt B.
Yes.
No.
And Aunt B had a lot of cats too.
Yeah.
Aunt B.
Aunt B. Aunt B. Andy. Yes.
Andy.
Have some pie, Andy. Whatever. You know something I can't buy around here so far
What is it?
is steel wool.
Really?
Really?
I've been to 2 stores, can't find any steel wool.
Go to, have you tried Canadian Tire or Home Depot?
Well, I've got a Home Hardware just around the corner here.
Well, Home Hardware should have it.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Well, first I went to our local supermarket and can't find anything. Oh, worker, can you tell me where steel wool is? She's right there. She points at a box of SOS pads. I'm like, no, steel wool.
Plastic. Yeah, that's a plastic.
She didn't know what steel wool was. She's too young.
What do you need steel wool for?
Well, I think I've been infected with mice again.
Oh, no.
So I figured, well, I'll stuff some steel wool around where I think they're coming in. And I can't find any steel wool. So I'm going to have to, like, in the middle, well, I shouldn't say the middle of the night, around 11:30 they come out. And they, they run around and stuff. And it's like, there's like monsters under my bed, So.
I tell you, you need Jeff. You need to run.
You never get rid of them.
Jeff,
give me a
while, and then they'll come back.
Jeff, pass them over a cat.
Yeah.
Goodness. Does Tim have a Brian Wilson bootleg? There's a couple of tracks on his podcast I don't recognize.
Everything on there is released in some form or other. I do have probably a Brian Wilson bootleg or two, or at least a Beach Boys bootleg or two.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing on that isn't released in one form or another. Ollie, if you can remember what they are, I'll let you know.
Okay. Didn't Aunt B collect doorknobs? No, that was. I was going to say Hilda. I'm wrong.
Well, Barney was a bit of a doorknob, but that's.
No. Oh, what was her name? Oh, Aunt Clara.
Andy collected doorknobs. Not Andy.
Aunt Clara collected doorknobs.
Aunt Clara.
Aunt Clara. Oh, I muffed it up again. Oh, sorry, Sam. I turned Darren into a wart again. Whatever. So, the answer is Aunt Clara. Sam? I liked Aunt Clara. I was like, she died. She was good. But like Esmeralda, the replacement wasn't near as good. But
no.
What can you do?
Yeah.
I think she's still alive. Is she still alive?
Esmeralda? I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
They're all old.
Not according to Rick 9G. What? Did Rick 9G said it was Aunt B collecting doorknobs?
Now, the Bewitched went off, I think, in 1972. So that was 53 years ago. So if she must have been about 25 years old, because if she was in her 50s, she'd be over 100.
Oh, I guess she's past that.
I would think so.
Yeah, I think the only survivors are the kids.
Well, yeah, the girl, Tabitha's alive.
Yeah. So, okay. So now we come to the fun part of the program where we show new arrivals in our record collection. I've heard that Tim Allen has something.
Well, nothing in as far as records go, but I
Well,
did
let's see
pick.
what you got anyway. Show us.
I picked this up just because I thought it would be interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jerry Lee Lewis by Rick
in his own
9G.
words. Yet it's not
Great
written by
balls
him.
of fire.
Jerry Lewis in his own words, written by someone else. So there you go. So yeah. So I'm gonna find out all about why he married his cousin and all of that kind of
Oh, okay.
Very good. Well,
And
that should be a good read.
I caught this. Now this probably sucks, but I've never liked the mic I have when I use my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this still in his box.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
star power.
$4.99, but
Whoa.
he only charged me $1.99. I don't know why, but I was very happy about that.
Super
So
Bartool.
$1.99, and it's not quite as heavy as the mic I have, but it's pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. It's not,
Okay.
nothing. So I'm just gonna give it a try. If it's no good, then I don't use it, and I've got a spare mic.
Can you use it through
anyway.
your car radio?
No, it's not a Mr.
Oh,
Microphone.
so you can't
I mean,
drive around.
it's a real mic. It connects like a real mic, just like my other mic does.
Oh,
like
yeah.
those things. It's a
Yeah.
real mic. So I've never heard of this brand. I have no idea, but for $2,
It's got rocks in it.
for $2, I'm going to give it a shot. And see if it's
So you can't drive around saying, "Hey, good looking,
That's
we'll
it.
be
I
back
found
to
no
pick you up
CDs,
later."
no records,
Okay.
no movies.
That sounds
Nothing.
good. Interesting stuff still.
There's that.
Well, check out the podcast at Snap Crackle
Yes.
Automatic.com.
Yes, I do have a brand new podcast just up like within the last hour. It took me 3.5 hours mixing it in my kitchen last night. I was so tired.
Hey, Brandon.
Hello, Brandon.
But it's all about budget labels, mostly from the 60s. But
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Brand new show is up.
Yeah, using the new microphone.
Snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. No, everything was already recorded. It just wasn't mixed yet. In fact, if you listen, you'll hear me talk about last week's episode being the Mellotron episode. And of course, I had no idea when I recorded that Brian Wilson was going to die and there would be a mini cast in between. So, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
You just
Well,
go,
watch it anyway. Tune in. Oh, hi. I actually bought something this week.
Okay. There you go,
I
Doc.
know.
Hmm.
This falls under the column of I've seen it so many times on the show,
Wanted to buy it. Mm-hmm.
and I'm sort of like, I'm not buying you. I'm not buying you. No, I'm not staying. I finally put it out of its misery.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally have the best of Leonard Skinnerd.
Leonard Skinnerd.
Yes, I finally bought it. It's not again. So,
Ooh, that smell.
ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Smells like Skinnerd. So anyway, I figured if I buy it, I will never see it on the rack again.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
There's an interesting documentary floating around about their plane crash.
Oh.
When did you buy it?
Let's see. 2 days. Friday.
Oh, today you buy it on Saturday because then we could have said Mr. Saturday Night Special.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it was $4.
That ain't bad.
So it wasn't like, I'll buy that for $1. No, it was $4.
That one's too good.
Like, yeah.
I've got an older Greatest by the double CD.
Yeah.
Their stuff.
Mhm.
It's really old. Like
Yeah, I had that one.
that original one is, that was
came out
around
in
in
the
the
90s or
70s.
something. It was
So
There was
anyway,
one in the 70s. What's the one in the 70s with the light blue cover?
Yeah.
well, maybe that's the one I got. Mine's on CD, so it
That every kid owned on vinyl.
yeah, basically, yeah.
I forget what it's
Where
called.
was this put out? Ooh, Ooh, 1988, 1989.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me 26 years to buy this thing.
Yeah.
So I finally have it. If
That's good stuff.
it can stop torturing me, like, take me home. And so there.
Okay. Yeah.
Finally got it. Finally.
Well, you bought something. Yes.
Yes.
I should have something by Thursday.
Where
Okay.
is Brian's This Could Be the Night from? Oh, must be talking about Brian Wilson.
Let me think.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, it's from the Harry. Yeah, that one, Golden Platinum. Yeah, that came out in the 70s, late 70s.
Yeah.
I think after the plane crash. Because I think they thought they were done. They put that out.
Yeah, 79
This
it came
Could Be the
out.
Night comes from the Harry Nilsson tribute album.
Oh, okay.
I forget what it's called, but there's a Harry Nilsson tribute album, and that's where This Could Be the Night is from.
Oh.
Could put that back and get a microphone with rocks in it.
Yeah.
So did I make a mistake buying that? Should I have waited for that Golden Platinum, because I've seen that?
No, you're probably okay with that one. I mean, how many tracks? This has only got 16 tracks on it. Like, so it's just not.
Oh well, I only got 10.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
This came from an album, right? So.
Oh yeah, double album.
Yeah. But a lot of their songs are long. I mean, that's probably at least a 70-minute CD, if not longer, because a lot of the tracks. Yeah.
It's good stuff. Freebird's quite long on this. Freebird's like 14.
I know Freebird is on it too. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
But it says it's an outtake, but it still sounds like the radio. So.
Well, there it is. Yeah.
Well, there's the radio version usually was the live version, and the studio version is, but they sound very similar. Well, it's not outtake; it's a studio album version.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm looking at the thing that says outtake version. I'm like, what? But it sounded like.
Well, maybe it is. I don't know. But there were always two versions. It was a live version.
Quite a few songs that are over 5 minutes long on this, and
yeah, they do.
Tuesday's Gone 7.5 minutes. So yeah, there's a lot of music on it for sure. Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Well, I don't have anything new. You got anything new, Jeff?
No.
Oh.
But Thursday I will.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk about. It's not new, but it's something I've been wanting to do.
Then we'll do the McCartney thing in a minute. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the answer to that is Venus and Mars for me.
So maybe I'll do the McCartney album list. Another list. That's what we need. What's your favorite Paul solo album?
Well, solo. If you're talking solo, not Wings, that's a different thing. I don't know what you mean.
No, mine is Tug of War.
Technical.
I'm gonna go with New.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're talking not Wings, right?
No, not Wings after Wings split up. So 80s.
Well, you can still think of that as solo.
As far as I'm concerned, Wings is Paul McCartney anyway.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, Ram's a good one too. Yeah.
Brandon likes Ram.
Well, if you're including Wings, Back to the Egg for me. If you're not including Wings, I might go for Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. I love that.
Okay. Everybody has weighed in on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was listening to that new Snapper Pop, and I got the notification for this.
Oh.
What? Huh.
Well, you can. The Snap Crackle Pop will be there.
Yeah, he'll be there when you get back.
For a couple weeks anyway. I got to take him down after like 3 weeks now, but it'll be there for a couple weeks.
Mix 64 likes Band on the Run.
Okay. I believe Paul was trying to show us something.
Oh, was he?
What do you have, Paul?
Yes.
What?
I have stage fright. No, well, it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I finally got around to doing it last night. But remember when I showed you this?
Oh, that's an album nobody has.
Yeah, it's the first press UK mono. Remember, it was the Grail I got.
Oh.
So I wanted to compare this against other mono pressings. So I got around to doing that last night on my stereo that keeps blowing up.
Oh, gee, I'm not ready.
Doing the
Give me a
AB
second.
thing. Doing the AB thing. And so what I did is, what did I do? Here's what I did. I compared this, which is the UK original, the OG, whatever that is, and then my Canadian first press mono.
Ah.
And it's interesting the difference I found. Like, it's like everything is the same except this is what I would call the Canadian one. And I don't have an American mono. I got a stereo, and if the mono sounds as rotten as the stereo, then it probably isn't any better. But this is very narrow. So when I listened on the headphones, and everything is like right here, like right in the middle, right? But when I did the UK, it fills your head. Like it's a wider mono, if that makes any sense. And the UK is significantly louder than the Canadian pressing. Okay, so yeah, so this kind of is better than the Canadian one.
Okay, so
So the only other mono pressing I've got is the 2014 remix, which is this one, the one that came in the white box, which you can see, right there. Okay,
white box.
Hey, so and I was really surprised how close it is to the original. It's like, honestly, it's almost identical. It's slightly quieter, like in terms of volume. Like I set the volume so everybody sounds the same, and the original is louder. It's a louder cut, but everything else pretty much sounds the same. So it's just slightly quieter. Maybe 1.5 ticks on my volume dial, on my receiver. So I would put the original UK of the three of them. I put it as the best sounding one. But if you can't get your hands on this, or what, because this isn't easy to find, or you pay a lot of money for it, then this is actually really good. This 2014, but again, they're pretty hard to find now too. So
yeah, you can pay a lot of money for that too.
Yeah, you can actually. You for what you'd pay for one of these, if you can find one, you could probably get an original for less.
You probably could.
Yeah. So anyway, unless you're ordering the new box, the new issue of the box. So I found that really interesting. And I was actually really pleased how close this sounds to the original. So that was the intent, right? When they did the 2014 stuff, the intent was to make it sound as close to the original. They looked at all the notes that were kept and all that, and they actually pulled it off. They did a really good job with that. So it's just, and this could have just been in the processing, but it's just a tad quieter.
Just a hair.
In terms of volume. But otherwise, I couldn't really tell the difference between the two.
So you're telling everybody
something I want to do since I got this about a month or so ago, and I want to do a comparison. So I finally got around to doing it last night. I was texting Robert P as I was doing it, and we were having a conversation about it. So it was pretty cool. So I still think the original UK is the best. And only because it's louder, a little bit louder than the other one, but they both sound really good.
So which equipment did you use to listen to these?
Well, when it's not blowing up, this Techniques from 1978 still works great.
Oh my God. There you go.
It's a rough go, folks. Like this is getting expensive. It really is. No, I got my 1978 Techniques receiver, and I got a couple of JVC turntables, like higher end JVC. These are pretty simple. And I got I set the volume on this. This one's on because I don't have two phono jacks. This is too old for that. So this one goes through a preamp to my auxiliary input, but I can control the volume on the preamp. So I set it up so the volume level is the same on both coming through both tables, both turntables. So
well, we have a question for you. On the back cover, is George pointing to the word o'clock?
On the back cover of what?
I'll bet that's a clue.
Yes, he's pointing to Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock. Yes, he is. I don't even.
So that
he is. Yeah, 5 o'clock. His finger's pointing to it.
Paul passed at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, apparently.
That's a clue.
Wednesday morning, apparently.
And he's probably doing it on every. Oh, he's not doing it on the Canadian copy.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he is. I lie.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah,
we've uncovered another clue. Paul is dead.
Okay. Yeah, he's pointing to all the 5 o'clocks. Everybody's running now, looking at their Oh, look! Suddenly a cookie appeared.
Hey. Okay, now, that's not for you.
Maybe it is.
Oh well.
Yeah. No, I don't eat those.
Okay.
Yeah. And what? The guy on the back of that cover is not a Beatle. It's Mount Evans.
Mount Evans. Well, that's what they say.
What?
I don't know.
What's that about?
He is pretty tall. That's what they say. Who knows?
Well, that's true. He is rather large, isn't he?
Well,
that's
yeah.
if you really tall, it's Mount Evans.
He's at least half a head higher than the other guys.
Yeah. I never thought of that.
Yeah, but he's standing in front of him, so the camera, the perspective, he would be bigger.
That could be. Depends how far in front of him he is, but
yeah. But it might be. I mean, there's always been rumors that Paul wasn't there for that shot, so who knows?
Well, they should
make boxes or something. Like that doesn't make sense. If the other three were there for that shot, why wouldn't Paul they wouldn't have been wearing those uniforms or anything other than that photo.
Maybe it was taken right after they finished recording it. Yeah. Paul flew to America. But I was about to say, so maybe that was when they took the shot, but Mel went with him. So that isn't, if that's Mel, then that obviously
I don't know, man. One of these
Mel and Paul went together.
We'll have to go to our grave not knowing the truth, I guess.
So on Surfer Sting's album, Paul is holding a card that says, "Fools will believe Paul is dead once they read this." You've got an odd copy. Very odd copy. Okay, so have we settled that now?
I guess.
Okay.
I guess
that's all I have to say on that matter.
Yes. 5 o'clock. And that's not Paul on the cover, it's Mel Evans.
Okay.
I think it's Paul.
Yeah, I think it's Paul too.
I don't know. Well, we do have breaking news. Another accident had happened in the Alps.
I love the guy walking on air.
They should stop building these platforms that are like 300 feet in the air that are bolted to a mountain with a couple of screws.
Yeah.
They should really not.
Probably
They have to keep building them because the other ones keep falling down.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you have to watch the end when this guy's
the very end.
Yeah, he walks off the edge.
There's a little bit of hokey pokery going on here.
Yeah, I think so. Did you
bit.
notice the guy at the
Just
end?
a little tiny bit.
Watch for the guy in the end. And there he goes.
Yeah.
What? Is this
Lemmings.
fakery? I don't know.
Lemmings.
I sent you
Oh,
a couple of more this morning. I don't know if you've seen them yet or not, but oh man,
I'm afraid so.
these things are popping up everywhere now.
I,
See, I did a doc. I clicked on it. Now that's all I'm getting.
I
in my
agree. I
feed.
agree, James. I agree totally.
bring back the P lady.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I've never played the
So
Omega XL lady yet.
let me ask you guys a question, because
Okay.
I found there's a reason I watch this channel. Do any of you guys watch the now I gotta think of the name of the channel. Is it mostly interesting? Something like
Mostly.
that. There's a channel called Mostly Interesting or something like. Why can't I think of the name of his channel? But he's an older British guy, and nearly interesting, very
Mhm.
nearly interesting is the name of
I
the
wasn't
channel. Very
nearly
nearly
interested
interesting.
enough to watch.
But no. One of his first videos was a picture of the Quarrymen playing.
Oh,
Okay, and they're on the back of a truck, and in the foreground of the picture, there's a guy in glasses on a bike watching. Now, this picture was taken 2 weeks before John Lennon met Paul McCartney. And the question is that guy on the bike Paul McCartney? It's a video worth watching, because I believe it is. So
It could be.
Ivan didn't go that day to get Paul to say, I want you to go meet my friend John, let's go to the thing. Paul already knew about John, apparently, because you watch
Paul
it.
doesn't wear
It looked just like those black glasses that Paul had. They're those glasses. There's other pictures of Paul in a coat that looks very much like the coat that this guy's wearing.
Ooh.
I've also seen pictures of Paul. Everybody knows Paul rode a bike all the time.
Haven't there been
I think it's
interviews?
Paul.
Haven't there been interviews where Paul said he knew about John before he met him? Like I thought.
I
Didn't
don't
they
think
go
there
to the same
is.
school or something? And they would cross paths on the bus or something. He said John was this cool looking guy. He just thought John looked cool. I thought there was interviews with him saying that.
Maybe. But anyway, so apparently Paul had seen the Quarrymen a couple weeks before the church fete.
Well, I could believe that. Like, why else would he show up in the thing with his guitar?
Well, because Ivan was friends with both of them. Ivan brought him because Ivan was friends with both of them, and Ivan introduced him, but Paul already knew who he was, apparently.
Paul first saw John in a fish and chip shop?
Well, he'd seen him live, though.
I'm pretty sure
Because this picture is Paul.
I'm pretty sure I've read or heard things where Paul did know about John before he met him. Like I'm pretty sure I have heard that, but could be wrong.
So anyway, I highly recommend going to the Very Nearly Interesting video, going back like 2 years to it's the first, second, or third video. It's one of the first videos, and watching this video, because it's very compelling, I think. I mean, it's to me, that's Paul. To me, it almost couldn't be anybody else. It's from the back, but you do see the side of his face, and you see the glasses, and you see the coat, you see the bike.
He was undercover.
It's
I hope they don't spot me. I guess we played the cavern only once, and then they were fired.
And he got jeered. It's one of the few times in his life Paul's getting jeered by the audience. It's really kind of sad.
Ooh,
he's getting
the
heckled.
mystery person was carrying a cell phone. What?
That's interesting.
Sounds like AI to me.
James, watch this video, and you'll probably agree with me. Everyone that I know that's seen it thinks, yeah, that's probably Paul.
Yeah. Who knows? It might have been Pete Best.
No, it looks like Paul.
He's apologizing now. I'm
So-
only kidding.
So, what do you think of the feud going on between Ringo and Roger Daltrey? Or have
Are
you
there
heard?
any missiles been fired?
Have you heard about that? Well, apparently Ringo's been vocalizing his
Oh, thanks a lot.
disgust over how Zach was fired from the Who.
Oh yeah, from the Who.
And he's been calling them it was handled very unprofessionally and so on. So apparently there's a bit of a war of words going back and forth between Ringo and Roger these days.
You're saying Ringo and Roger, not Zach and Roger?
No, it's Ringo.
Well,
Ringo. You know the Beatle? You ever hear of him?
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
No, it's between
You know,
Ringo and Roger. Yeah, apparently. Bit of a war of words.
Zach's
And
father, maybe.
Pete Towns is just trying to duck out of the whole thing. He's just trying to, be the innocent background party. He's trying to say, "Hey, man, I didn't really have anything to do with it."
Yeah.
You chicken.
Do you agree with this here? John nearly kicked Paul out of the band because early on Paul was seemingly uncommitted. Wasn't coming to meetings.
Well,
Near the end, it was the other way around. John wouldn't show up.
unlike John, Paul had a home life and responsibilities and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
But Paul always was lackadaisical. When the first meeting with Brian, everybody knows Paul was like very late. And finally, Brian had George call him, and Paul's taking a bath. And then George hangs up the phone and says, famously, "At least he'll be clean."
So that's where that came from.
Yeah.
He tells George Martin he doesn't like his tie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I love George.
George was funny back then.
He was.
George was the funny one, really.
I always thought George was the funny one. In Anthology, he's the only one that ever makes me laugh.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh quite a bit.
Yeah.
I love when they're talking about Manila, and he goes, and Ringo almost got killed, and he's cracking up, and I'm like,
oh yeah. The soldiers.
Make a comment about Imelda's shoes or something.
yeah, that and he's always talking about we had tea.
Well, only George would hang out with Monty Python.
Oh.
So he must have been the funny one if he hung out with Monty Python.
He did.
He was.
Yeah.
He started Handmade Films.
Yeah.
He started Handmade Films because of Monty
Yeah,
Python.
he financed their movie, Life of Brian.
Yeah.
He and Eric Idle were really close.
Business partner that stole everything he had.
So that solves that question.
Yes.
Do we have any more questions that need?
And all this knowledge for free.
I know.
Exactly.
You know.
I know this is an educational program.
It is.
We should start an online university.
Mm-hmm.
I know. If you have any questions, just ask. The four of us will just answer.
The University of Useless Trivia.
Yeah.
We're all doctors of a personal experience. DOPE.
We're all doctors of rock.
We all have our DOPE, Doctor of Personal Experience.
Yes.
Yes, and I don't even have to look on the Google to find out what happened to George Goebel.
No.
No. Of course not.
This is
Look,
true.
please welcome Gary Wilkerson.
Hi, Gary.
Hello,
How are
Gary
you?
Wilkerson.
Hope you're not burning up there and enjoying your hamburgers and stuff there. Yeah, restaurants are amazing. John and George were by far the funniest of the group. Paul could be funny, but he seemed to try a bit too hard.
Yeah.
Paul was always busy
Ringo
being
was
the
funny
showman.
too, but unintentionally. So
Yeah.
Paul was being the showman. Like he was always the guy doing the announcing, and he was always the showman, and that was his thing.
he came off as the most professional, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying he was, but that's how he wanted to come off.
Hola. Hola.
That means, hey, you fools. Well,
No, we're a doctor of personal experience. We're all dope.
Mhm.
yes. We are all professors of rock.
And if you want to be Japanese, you could say "Hola des," which
Yeah.
would mean, "Hey, Mister, hey, you fools."
And we won't make you wait a half an hour to find
I
out.
only know
No.
a few Japanese words like Toyota and Kawasaki.
Toyota. And, yes.
Okay,
I know. My wife was fluent in Japanese, so I have a few Japanese words that I remember.
uh,
Yeah,
I have-
Charlie Weaver. The world's not been the same without Charlie Weaver.
Yeah, he died up there on the that game show. He just
it was
just
so
killed over.
sad. They had to replace Charlie Weaver in the bottom square when they had to replace him with Abby.
Yeah,
Jones.
he was in the lower right hand corner.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, he couldn't climb up to the top. They had to put him on the bottom row.
yeah. Couldn't climb the stairs.
Always calculated.
I don't know about that, but he was always the showman. Like he was the one that was polished, right? He was always
he was the most image conscious, I would say.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much.
you know, he followed Brian in that. You know what I mean? Brian
Mhm.
was always concerned about their image.
I mean, there's one in every group, right? Like in the Stones, it's Mick Jagger, right? I mean, there's always somebody like that in the group.
Yeah.
The Who, it's Roger Daltrey. You know, like always somebody who assumes that role.
Mm-hmm. That's why Paul uses O-face a lot. Look, I'm the cute one.
Well,
Right.
Santa puppet's probably at the beach, so you know
No, he's inside right now.
he's walking along the beach picking up shells.
That should be Steven's next. That should be Steven's next series when it comes like late October, early November. Santa puppet goes outside.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
David, I hope you're listening. You heard it here first,
Walk
David.
around with Santa puppet, talking to people. You're too fat,
We
Good
got all
job.
the ideas here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's Piccolino.
Hi,
Hello.
Mhm.
Kalina.
Meow to you. Yes.
Good
Yes.
afternoon.
That's
And
good.
Sneak. And Sneak.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah.
Steve, I bet's working, so he's having to pop on and saying hi, and he's.
Hi.
Mhm.
Oh,
I remember having to do that.
Yeah, me too. It was kind of
He's
rough.
working so
Work-
hard he
work
can't do ski rides.
I mean, I would look so much younger when I was working. Just kind of what happened to me.
I blame my wife because when I married her, my beard wasn't white.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
the only thing. That,
Mhm. Yeah, my wife and probably
Yeah,
my
same.
son.
I
Yeah,
have more hair too.
yeah.
But it's all my wife's fault.
Ooh, okay.
he's always working. Minimum 10 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Whew.
Yeah, and he gets all that done living in that shoebox.
Ooh.
Shoebox by the beach. Yeah.
Stephen walks up to work uphill and uphill back home again. Like it's just
It's
Yeah.
rough. It's a rough day.
Yeah. Well, it's Sunday. Yeah.
California life is just hell.
It is.
Except it's probably a lot
the Shedema.
cooler that way. 'Cause what is it?
California.
95 degrees here. Ow. I'm staying inside.
That's hot. Yes, it's 91 here. So
I've already been outside and I didn't like it. So I came
yeah,
back.
me too.
Didn't like it. Don't like the outside.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, we love when he takes the time to spend time with us. Yeah.
See what it
In
says.
Tuktoyaktuk, it is 44 degrees.
Oh, it's
Oh,
beach blanket tuck.
Wind at 7 miles per hour.
There you go.
70% humidity.
Oh yeah, wind off the lakes there.
But tomorrow is expected to get to
97
59.
here.
Ah,
Wednesday and Thursday is going to be 59 degrees.
hey,
Oh, heat wave.
good.
Beach
Yeah.
weather. Beach weather.
I'm getting a good tan at 58 degrees. Yes.
All right.
Wow. Their beach is not the prettiest either. It's all rocks.
Oh, okay, probably rock that'll hurt your feet. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the wonderful beach on the Arctic Ocean. There's just all these little rock things.
Mhm.
Oh, luckily, I was prepared. Yes. Yes. We do have a birthday coming up, I think. What's today? The 22nd?
22nd.
Oh no, Simone!
Oh no, Simone.
Simone's birthday's coming up.
She's an old dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one old dog. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, mark your calendars.
Yeah, Simone's birthday coming up.
I forgot to look up June Lockhart. She's about to turn 100.
Yeah, she's. I think it's.
The
Oh, really?
Yep.
Couple of days. So Thursday we can have a June Lockhart birthday
The
present.
same day Farrah Fawcett died and Michael Jackson died.
Wow.
And June Lockhart turned 100 years old.
100.
Yeah. That's Wednesday, this Wednesday.
And she appeared on What's My Line this week.
Yes.
Yes. And she was so delightful.
Mm-hmm.
And they guessed her too.
But,
you can't fool what's her name? Arlene Francis at all.
Or she always peaks.
I can't remember the other Dorothy Kilgallen. Those two, you couldn't. They scoured the papers every single day.
Might have been delightful, but was she ever?
Yes,
Was she
always
like
vivacious?
Was she like Toadie Fields and ever popular?
Ooh.
Wave your leg if it's Toadie Fields.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Gotta be
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah, she lost one of her legs before she died, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, diabetes. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think she had diabetes.
Still one hell of a dancer.
I was going to say it's
You didn't
one
have to put
tap
taps on
instead
the
of
bottom
two.
of
Yeah.
Yeah. June Lockhart was on there. Arlene guessed her, and she was actually pretty funny. Because like they grilled her about, so what are you doing? Oh, I'm on Petticoat Junction. I'm having a great time. And people always come up to me and say, "You're Lassie's mom." Yeah, whatever. All this kind of stuff. So she was a delight. And
She was on Lassie. She was on Lost in Space. She was on Petticoat Junction.
Yeah, and movies before that.
Mm-hmm.
So
She never really did a series after Petticoat Junction, did
a
No.
little bit. Yeah, well, that's what they said. You're like, haven't you ever stopped working? She says, thankfully, no. So,
she? Yeah.
she just bounced from one show to another. So she was always.
Was this the new What's My Line?
No.
I would say it was 1970.
Okay,
No,
that's
no.
the new. Yeah, because it ended in '67.
No.
And then it
It was
became a
like
syndicated
1969.
show in about '69.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it was 69. Yeah.
Okay, so
Wally
it's the new
Bruder.
What's My Line. It's the
Yeah.
new. The new What's My Line was never as good as the old.
Yeah. But yeah, and she got such a great applause when she came out, to sign the thing. So yes.
Mm-hmm.
She was on Petticoat Junction. She replaced B. Benaderet.
Yeah, when she died for the final season, I believe.
Yeah, last year and a half.
Arlene Francis to me was an enigma because you look at her on her first episode, which was a couple weeks in of What's My Line, like 1950 or something like that. And then you look at her in the very last episode of What's My Line, like 17 years later. She is a better looking woman 17 years later than she was. It's like the older she got, the better looking she got. It's quite amazing. I thought she was okay in the beginning, and by the end, I thought she was gorgeous. I'm like, how
They
how are you
probably
doing this?
died in a car accident and they replaced her.
Yeah, could have been.
No, that's a fallacy. But nobody can match Kitty Carlisle.
Oh yeah, Kitty Carlisle was
She is like the epitome of
something
glam.
else. Kitty Carlisle was in a Marx Brothers movie.
What, she's in the Muppet movie? What?
Yeah, she was in a Marx Brothers movie.
No.
All Marx Brothers.
Yeah. She's
A
in.
Night at the
She's
Opera.
in. I forget which. I always forget the names, but she's in the one with Captain Spaulding, in that famous Captain Spaulding.
Arlene Francis was 90.
Maybe it's a different one. I get them all mixed up. They're all so similar.
They're all the same.
Arlene was 93 when she died in 2001.
Ooh, she lived a long
Yeah.
life. Wow.
I was very sad when she died. To be honest, I really was.
Who's the other one? We took Kitty Carlisle, right?
Yeah, Kitty Carlisle.
Yeah,
she's the one.
She
in
was
some
sort
Marx
of
Brothers.
her replacement on.
Yeah.
Well,
she
she's
died
more
in
Dorothy's
2007 at 96 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah, see, she's gonna live forever.
You do What's My Line and you live a long time.
Yeah. You never know.
She was in,
Unless you're Dorothy Kilgallen. And
Yeah.
then somebody
Night
kills.
at the Opera with the Marx Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Nobody
Night at
cares
the
about
Opera.
Peggy Cass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first movie for MGM. They did.
Yeah, Orson Bean died in early somehow.
Several years ago.
He was always pretty funny, I thought.
Yeah. And Bill Cullen was a game show host as well.
Yeah.
Several game show hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even took over To Tell the Truth.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess Gary Moore went or something. So Bill.
Gary Moore got his own show. So.
Yeah, he was on the show too. I think it's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a liar to me. Yes. Tim
Yeah, that's
Allen,
what they say.
Dorothy Kilgallen was murdered.
Everybody thinks that. They can't prove it, just like Marilyn. They can't prove it. I think the same people got her that got Marilyn. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And Bob Crane. Might as well throw him in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be different people.
Just toss him in there.
Yeah, that'd be different people. But no, I think the same people that got Dorothy got Marilyn.
Well, they think they have a suspect in Bob Crane's murder, though.
Oh.
Well, I had somebody who had a motive, apparently. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all so sordid.
Because he was about to start getting royalties from Hogan's Heroes, and they think his second wife may have bumped him off because she'll get the royalties.
Wow. Huh. And did she get the royalties?
I don't know. She died as well. She died of lung cancer. So,
Oops.
yeah.
This question's for Jeff. Do you
Sergeant
remember all the
Plimpton.
shows with George Plimpton?
No.
No, he doesn't.
Next
I
question.
don't remember all this show.
I don't know who he is.
Oh, he went around. He hung around. Didn't he play in an NFL game once or something?
Yeah, Paper Lion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was, he was kind of one of those, I don't even know what you call what he did. Just one of those anonymous celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. Who needs TMZ when you have us?
Yes. Well,
We have all the dirt on the celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So,
Doctors of personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
oh, of course. Because we lived through it all. Like,
don't
I
take
wonder
that.
what Lola Falana is up to.
Lola.
Lola Falana, she's probably retired.
Likely. Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Super Dave always getting blown up. Well, yes.
Yes.
That was the thing.
This is true.
Yeah. Why didn't they ever blow up John Biner or anybody like that?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Everybody remembers where he got his big start, don't you? Where he got famous. It was the new Dick Van Dyke show, that variety show that Dick Van Dyke had. Super Dave was always on, and that's That's kind of where it came from. And that show got canceled. His character of Super Dave carried on, but it started on the new Dick.
Was that his variety show or his?
Yeah. And John Biner was on that show too. They were both on that show.
I thought he came from the John Biner show, though.
Yeah. Oh, Bizarre.
Yeah, was it Super Dave was part of that?
I don't remember ever seeing John Biner's show, so maybe he did. I first saw him on the new Dick Van Dyke show.
Super Dave got his start. Well, I don't know if he got his start, but he was part. He was a segment on the John.
Yeah,
Biner.
he was featured player or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Kaufman kind of got big from the new Dick
Yes.
Van Dyke show.
Yes.
Too.
Did you know
I
Fanny,
really like it,
Fanny Flagg is 80 years old?
Mm.
Whoa! When's her birthday? I love Fanny Flagg.
Heck, I had a feeling.
Hi, Calvin.
September 21st is her birthday.
Ooh,
Ooh, one day after me.
mark that
Well,
down. Remember
there you
that.
You'll be 80 right after I'm 65.
No, she'll be 81. She'll be
81.
81.
Okay, I'll be 65. So.
Yeah. Oh, you're joining the 65 club. Wow. I just left that club.
Yeah.
Has anyone noticed that there is a direct link between Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby, and Tim Allen? I will reveal all on my next pay-per-view special, Snap Crackle Pop, Cap in Oswald.
There you go.
Oh boy. We'll all be waiting for that one. Yes.
Okay.
3 people have never been in my kitchen.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the guy in the Crazy Glue commercial who stuck himself to the girder with the...
He's still there.
Oh, he's probably
No,
still
he
hanging on
fell.
that beam.
It's crazy glue. He fell.
No,
Okay, yeah.
nobody came to rescue him. He's still hanging there.
I think he's still there. Hey, Jeff,
Hi, Calvin.
and the rest.
And the rest.
Yeah. That's not
the-
Stephen. That's the perfect. Oh no, I
No.
would. No, I would.
Not that. Anything but
No.
that.
He wouldn't make you wait a half hour after he asks you a question.
Right.
He wouldn't do that. No. Nuh-uh. We have the answers that you're wondering about, and we don't make you wait a half hour to find out the answer.
No.
Mm-mm. Well, we're past that. So,
Oh, no.
oh,
We
actually,
will.
you're the youngest there. You just turned 65, right?
I will be 65.
You will be 65. Will they?
He's not the youngest.
Tim's not 65.
Tim's the youngest.
Tim's like
I'm the
30.
youngest. Thanks a lot.
Tim's
Are
30
they still-
years old. He just looks 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not 60 yet, are you, Tim? You're not.
No, I'm over 60, but I'm not 65 yet.
Okay.
I have a couple of months. See, they're calling me about Medicare. You know,
all
please
the
send
time.
in your Medicare papers. Okay. Don't you want to talk about Medicare? No, I'll let you know when I want to talk about Medicare. You know?
Tim is a spring chicken.
They, you know, Jeff, I know that it's a pain in the butt, but they want it set up so that you have it the day you turn 60.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they're doing it.
I've got paperwork in there ready
to
to.
you. They're not doing it as a convenience for them. They're doing
Right.
it for you.
Yeah, I need to mail it off. Okay, you have Medicare. I get a big Medicare card. And
Yeah,
Medicare. Okay. I want Medicare. That happens. I really feel like I'm getting old.
Don't forget to get your AARP magazine and everything.
Best part is you get senior discounts.
Oh yeah, I still get senior discounts.
Yeah. My wife got
Revelation.
one the other day, and I was bitter because she's not even 60 yet. And I said, "You're not a senior." And she says, "Oh, you are when you're 55." I says, "Well, no, but okay."
Just to let you know, it's Heinze on the back of that Sergeant Pepper cover.
Might be.
Monkey boy.
He's a little kid.
A little tall for Heinze.
One of the things I like is when you turn 65 in Oklahoma, you do not have to have a fishing license. You can fish for free.
Oh,
That's a good
And it's fixing to be July, and I've already been told, don't worry about it. I just have a couple of months to go. So I can fish for free for the rest of my life.
cool.
So I will not get they give you, I think it's a $2,000 or $3,000 fine for fishing without a license.
Wow, that's pretty steep.
So when you go fishing in Oklahoma, are you casting for big marlin,
I'm casting for whatever I can catch.
tarpon?
If a sardine, I'll reel it in. You can cut the sardine out and put it on your hook and get bigger fish.
This is my Adam West impression.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He had to pretend the fish was still alive to feed
Oh,
them.
yeah. Yes.
Come on, you're shaking it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
What about the one where the shark was hanging onto his leg?
Oh yeah, to his leg, cut his leg off, and had Ringo and Robin had the bat spray. It was a can, aerosol
Shark
can.
repellent.
No,
And I wonder how many
Batman had
days-
it on his utility belt because he always carries shark.
Yeah, well, not on his utility belt.
No,
Robin had to hand it
helicopter.
down.
He had
Oh,
to
did
send
he?
it down
I
to
thought
him.
he already had it.
Oh yeah.
No, he had.
Now, I don't know who was flying that helicopter when Robin
Yeah,
was
it's go
getting
by
off
itself.
the road.
Yeah, I don't either.
He put it on
You
automatic
guys ever
pilot.
heard the commentary? They do a
Yeah.
commentary track for that movie. That's the funniest part because they treat that like it's totally real.
Mhm.
it's like really funny to hear these two guys talking about
I
it.
know.
I wonder how many takes they did of that. Do you think he could have dropped the can? It goes in the ocean. Yeah, that's
Well,
the
they-
ocean.
I don't think they did more than 2 takes
Did
of
you notice
anything.
that the shark's head was all wrapped in the ladder, and that was to hold the shark on? So I would imagine they had a few
shark.
takes where they had to figure out how to keep the shark there.
Mm-hmm.
Some strings.
But yeah,
Jeff, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder, fighting all who rob or plunder. Underdog,
Oh,
underdog.
oh, oh.
Oh.
New spin-off,
There you
Batman.
go. Batman and Ringo.
I promise you, I won't grow anymore. The Joker Mobile was originally in an Elvis Presley movie first.
Was it?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The Catwoman car had been on Bewitched.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
What did they do? She had a car. Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
sir, for
You know-
saying.
In the third
You know, I
season.
got the first episode of Batman and Ringo. They
Oh,
they
really?
fight their new arch nemesis, played by Roger Daltrey, the Sacker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Daltrey's playing McVicker.
Mm-hmm. He has to have a pretty henchman who falls into the nuclear reactor.
Blitzomania.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So yeah, the car that Catwoman was driving had been used in an episode of Bewitched where I guess Darren had kind of wished for a better car and
And he
Endora
got one, but he won. Mhm.
that car. You know, like, whoa, look what's in my driveway. Holy crap, you know. So even that car got around a bit. So it's been bought and restored.
Yes.
It was in bad shape for a while. But it hasn't
Mhm.
been restored. It's in some museum or something somewhere. So it was on YouTube. It must be real. Look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? We've been on here for an hour.
Yeah.
I know. So that means it must be time for a commercial. Are you ready?
Commercial. Yes.
We'll be back right after this.
Help, Cecil, help!
I'm coming, baby!
Help, save me!
You called?
You're funny.
Yes, they both are, and you'll love them. They're Mattel's famous TV stars, Beanie Boy and Cecil the Seasick Sea Serpent. And now they can talk to you. Just pull the magic ring and
Gee, this is fun.
Beanie and Cecil each say 11 different things. And the fun is, you'll never know what they'll say next.
I love you!
They're so lovable and huggable. They're as warm and cuddly as puppies. You'll find Beanie Boys and Cecils wherever toys are sold. And the ones with magic rings like these talk to you. You can tell it's Mattel.
What the heck?
It's swell.
Oh, interesting. I
I
reckon
had-
a couple of kids.
I had a talking beanie when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Didn't Beanie
I
Boy
had-
turn into Chucky?
Something like
I
that.
don't remember if my brother had Cecil because I don't remember Cecil, but I had Beanie.
Yeah, this
I had a friend that had
His hat-
one.
His head had a propeller. bun on the top of his hat.
And you know what happens if you pull it too much? If you pull it too much, it quits talking.
Oh no! Oh,
Oh yeah.
Are we still talking about Beanie Boy or something
Yeah,
else?
whatever.
no!
Don't pull
By
the
the way,
Don't
the
let
time.
him
I
do
wanted-
the beans.
beans.
oh,
I have to grab mine. It's in the box here with all my other stuff.
We'll have to get Gur one of these.
Mhm.
Okay.
I wanted to bring up the one classic car that nobody wants to restore, and I think it's sad.
And that
This
car is what?
This car
Oh,
right here.
of course, yes.
Oh, okay. Wonder if it still exists.
Nobody wants. It still exists, but nobody wants to restore.
Cut it up for scrap. You think?
What's
It was-
that?
I mean,
The bus, the Partridge Family bus.
Oh, the
it
bus.
barely ran when the show was on. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they pushed it a lot, didn't they?
I think
no,
so,
it,
yeah.
That's why they had to get
it
stage hands to push
surely would have trouble getting it up to like 15 miles an hour. And
Well, this
the
is
first
exciting.
he's driving it all over the place, and it did not cooperate.
This is
And
exciting.
she really
This
was
is-
the one driving it too.
Yeah.
And
Now, what was that?
You can bid on a beautiful vintage Mattel Beanie and Cecil Beanie doll, 1962 Tox and Cap propeller. It's right now they're asking $199.95,
Whoa. It's
Wow.
expensive.
but you can make
Wow.
an offer. Should I go for $9.95? What do you think?
Could it
I
still
did have
work?
one.
Apparently,
I don't. Guys, my brother might have had Cecil. I don't remember, but I had Beanie.
Because I had
It
a
was
friend
my
who had
favorite.
one.
My favorite.
Yeah.
I was probably about 6.
Like I said, I had a friend who had one, and somebody pulled it too hard, and it quit working. It wasn't me, but it was another kid.
You're just supposed to
That's-
pull the magic ring out, yank it
know.
out.
you get a Cecil, the C6
It
Serpent.
don't talk no more.
Mr. Seepant. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a
the
Cecil hand puppet for $60.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was the stuffed version.
No, it's a hand puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can pretend you're Cecil.
Okay.
I
you don't have
didn't even remember the show Beanie and Cecil anymore by the time I got rid of my Beanie. But I'm sure my mother sold it in a rubbish sale. But till I was at least 6, that was my favorite toy. Maybe even older
Mhm.
than that.
Uh-oh, Doc's got some. Doc's got everything.
What do you mean you don't remember Beanie and Cecil?
I didn't remember it because it came on in like 1961 or 62. I was born in 62.
Yeah,
So-
but the reruns
I
lasted
probably
for
knew
a
about it
decade.
when I got the thing, but by the time I was like 6, I didn't remember the show anymore.
Mhm.
What was the villain's name again?
Hey. They didn't have DVDs in 1966 or 68.
His
Hmm.
name was Dishonest John.
Dishonest
Mhm.
John. That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it since. I literally haven't seen it since I was a little tiny kid, so I have no memory.
You're gonna need these. Yeah.
I don't think so. But I did have
I
a
was
beanie.
big fan of Beanie and Cecil because it was a Bob Clampett cartoon.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
That,
Yeah. So.
but the wave of like it was almost like Vertigo when that commercial came on, because I'm like,
Mhm.
I had that, and these things you don't
Yeah.
think about for 100 years, and then it's like, oh my god, I had that. And I mean,
Doc, I hope you
Definitely.
find a commercial about that Fright Factory with those creepy crawly bugs that you could cook.
Oh, the thing.
Incredible edibles.
Yeah, Incredible Edible Fright Factory. Oh, I love
creepy crawlers
those.
and incredible edibles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. Sorry.
Hey,
I
you,
wasn't following that closely.
you can get a talking Cecil for $99.99.
Mm.
Ooh, plus tax, probably.
I'd rather buy records.
Shipping.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on eBay.
I guess Jeff doesn't know the license
I don't
plate.
know. Don't know. Sorry, Lee. You got me with that one.
It's 567 ABC.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there you go, Lee. James Charlie knew.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
Only Peggy
I
Cass
guess that is.
knows.
Peggy Cass knows.
28 if.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. Oh, Doc, I was going to tell you they put Gilligan back on the TieDyed channel. So if you want to watch the last 3 episodes.
Well, I have these last 3 episodes coming by way of Robert P.
Oh, okay. So you got them coming.
So I will be having them somewhat shortly.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got them coming in. They're only, I bought the whole 3 seasons for $12.
I know.
Okay, I win.
I got them in there too.
It was it was on one of those auctions. eBay actually had an auction for one.
Oh yeah.
And and I'm sitting there, I forget what the number it was on, and I'm sitting there like, put in $14, and the thing went, bloop, it said I was the winner at 12.
You're the winner. You are the highest bidder.
I got the.
You
the
put
whole
in
thing.
14 even. That's a silly.
Yeah, I know, but you got to go back.
You always do change. You know how many auctions I've won in my life because I've put in like $14.07 as opposed to, you put in a little tiny bit of change and that will trump the guy that ties you. You always put in a little bit of extra. And
Yeah.
Well, I won that auction.
Well, good. That's a good show.
So, has anyone watched Dream On seasons 1 and 2? It's 1990s hilarity.
Don't think I do. No.
Is Dom DeLuise on that?
Or is he? I think it was on HBO. I believe.
Never heard of it.
Don't remember that one. No.
Because it was everything on HBO.
Just a second. I have a special guest.
We didn't get HBO still.
Oh,
Beatle Brad's here.
Brad's back. Hey, Brad.
Hi there. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Beatle Brad's here. Oh my goodness.
Hello, Beatle Brad.
What's up?
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Brad.
We were just talking.
Yeah.
Good night, John Boy.
I'm good. Actually, just came back from a record show. 2 hours away.
Ooh, I'll bet you have new things.
You didn't buy anything, though, did you?
Does anyone remember the series Kung Fu?
Yes.
Trying to forget.
Oh, yeah. And then they did a remake years later with this.
Yeah.
What series?
Kung Fu.
Oh, got somebody.
Yeah.
My hand.
Yeah.
It was about some guy that just went on a really long walk. It was really strange.
Bare feet.
Couldn't afford a taxi. Jeez.
Such a long walk, they made a series out of it.
His name was Grasshopper.
Yes, HBO. And if you want to see Kung Fu for free, I think it's on the Pluto channel.
Just call me Grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
After the Beatles broke up, did Paul and George do anything together?
Yeah, they sued each other.
Really?
Yeah, that was entertaining.
I think they might have been seen at Red Lobster once or twice.
I don't think they ever did record anything together.
No, I don't think
so. Not till 1994, but yeah, they
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I don't think
but yeah, no.
George showed up for John Lennon's Imagine sessions.
Oh, yeah, for Imagine.
Yeah, there's that video around where they're having breakfast and George is there and they're talking about the Beatle wives and stuff. Yeah,
when George did that interview, that last interview he did with John Fugelsang, they asked him about working with Paul, and John Fugelsang had interviewed Paul like the year before and asked him about working with George, and he said, yeah, we never really did. I don't know why. And George, yes, George, and George was just like, well, Paul had years and years and years of the Beatles working together. And if he ever wanted to write with me, he had plenty of opportunity back then, and he never did. So I don't see the point. Which is true, why,
That was just George
What do you
being
want
a
to
jerk, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was George, but I mean, I can understand George being a little bitter about that, And Paul going, "Yeah, I'd like to work with George," and George going, "Well, you had plenty of opportunity to work with me. You never wanted to."
Yeah. Did you know the two people who created Dream On created Friends?
Oh, did they? Okay.
I guess. I don't watch
Think
Friends
about it.
either.
When George was deep into Yoko and heroin, Paul and George could have started writing songs together and could have probably written some great stuff. But Paul didn't want to.
I like George. George once said, "The only time you ever hear from Paul is when he's got a new album coming out."
Yeah.
But didn't Paul add some stuff after the finished take? His finished take kind of overdub.
What song?
All those years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. His background vocals and bass and whatever.
I tell you, the closest they came was
that song started out as a different song.
Oh yeah.
Ringo played drums on it in the studio, and then after John died, he rewrote it with those lyrics and sent that tape to Paul, and Paul and Linda and Denny did background vocals and stuff on it. That's how that happened. They never actually worked together in the studio.
Yeah, I thought he
Paul
did. Yeah.
sent the tape back to George, and that's all those years ago.
Yeah.
I need to see the full footage of Eric Clapton's wedding, because that's they were all together during Eric Clapton's wedding.
Yeah.
And they kind of did a little bit of jam there, but
yeah, they did play. They did play with that.
Well, did they get together for was it George and Olivia's wedding? Was that the one where they got together as well, or was it Ringo and Barbara?
Ringo and Barbara.
Ringo and Barbara, 81. Yeah.
Barbara, yeah. Okay.
But when the Ringo album came out, that they kind of did all separately, but they all kind of did do stuff.
They were all
on
on
that.
it.
That's kind of
The closest they came was "I'm the Greatest."
Mm-hmm.
Where, Paul wasn't on that, but the other two were.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, actually, this Wednesday I'm going to go see Ringo in concert.
Woo! Good.
Ask him how he feels about Roger Daltrey.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
That's the video.
That's funny because they interviewed Townsend about all this, and Townsend said, "I got to be careful what I say because next Roger will be firing me."
Oh wow, yeah.
Said that.
That's hilarious.
How many weddings did Eric Clapton have?
Oh, who knows?
Like 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Same number as the number of addictions he had.
If Ringo was smart, on a couple of his shows, he would have Zach come on and drum for a couple of songs.
Well,
and look at him and say to the microphone, "Zach, feel free to play as loud as you want."
Yeah.
We used to drum with Ringo. He was.
They did when he was younger.
I know he did. But that would be funny though. They just for Ringo to tell.
The whole situation is just bizarre. The more you hear about it, the more you think that Daltrey was a bit of a hard ass. But I don't know. Like it's just.
Well,
what I find really funny is Pete Townsend is just trying to duck out of all of it. That's the funniest part about it. It's like, I don't know. He actually says, "I don't really know what happened." It's like, that's all he'll say about it.
That's crazy.
Because like it's all his songs, right? It's sort of
yeah. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
It's his band. I've never understood why he kowtows to Daltrey so much. It's his friggin' band. I never got it.
Well, I guess Daltrey really organizes it all, and he kind of holds it all together. But I don't know. It's just a bizarre situation all the way around. The Who were, as great as they were, they're a weird band.
Oh yeah.
No, they never liked each other.
Not really.
You know,
Not really. They weren't friends.
And for a lead vocalist, I always thought in the early days, if let's say 67 or 68 or something, if one of the members of which member of the Who could leave and be replaced and affect the band the least, I always thought it'd be Daltrey. I mean,
Really?
that's saying a lot because he's their singer, but the other three are so essential, and you know, another guy could come in and sing those songs. You know,
They got to play harmonica.
Yeah.
Where can we find another harmonica?
I don't think Daltrey's that easy to replace. He's one of the best singers out there.
I'm not saying he's easy, but I think he's easier than getting rid of the songwriter or that drummer or that bass player, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
Watch out, cat zone.
Yes.
Cat.
You let the cat out of the bag.
I don't think Roger can be changed out for somebody else. I mean, he's the thrust of the band, really, for vocals.
Well, he's the one that held them all together. He was really the glue. Yeah. To be honest, if you know about their history, he was the one that was always, keeping it going and having the plans and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it was really him. That he was kind of like the senior manager in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where all I know is the Who weren't the same after Keith died.
Oh yeah.
No.
Well, that's because Keith Moon kept sinking cars into pools. That's why he's
wrecking hotel rooms,
running over his friends.
The
sound wasn't the same. The sound wasn't the same. They got softer and more.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same.
Can you imagine being a fly on the wall with Roger? Well, with Keith Moon, Ringo Starr, and Harry Nilsson. I mean, can you imagine what a wild party they had parties like crazy, but can you imagine being there when that's all going on?
Well, Alice Cooper talks about it because he was there too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Alice Cooper was.
And of course, Mickey Dolenz was all part of that. So
yeah. I'm surprised any of them came out alive.
Well, it's a movie.
And on Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson asked him about Keith Moon. Said, how much of what we've heard about the exploits of Keith Moon is true? And Daltrey looked at him and said, everything you've ever heard about Keith Moon is true, and that's only about 5% of it. That was Daltrey's answer. He's like, there's nothing you heard about him that isn't true.
Yeah. Cooper
That's only a tiny little part of it.
He said everything you heard about Moon is true and more. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And never heard about that.
And 20 to 25 times more. It was insane.
But then, of all drummers, me liking the Beatles and Ringo being a great drummer, I still think Keith Moon is by far the best drummer ever.
Yeah, well, I always consider him the best, but you're going to get John Bonham fans all upset. I don't care.
Yeah.
Moon was
technically, Moon was a lousy drummer. Technically, but as far as rock band goes, I don't know how you beat him.
Yeah. What made him great was his uniqueness, and Keith was the heart and soul of the Who's sound. Like
he was a fast drummer.
He really was, and that when he died, man, that heart and soul left with him.
Yeah, gone.
But he was so unique, and nobody has been able to replicate it. Now it's interesting what they say about Zach Starkey. They say Zach Starkey was a pretty good replacement for Keith Moon.
Yeah,
and he said he had that same kind of vibe about him. But there's also been stuff said about Zach's personal life, which was a lot like Keith Moon's as well, which is part of the maybe part of the issue that we're not hearing about. Daltrey was always a straight man. He never did drugs and booze like the other three did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's sort of like, I've been through this with Keith. I'm not going through it again, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
Zach's been in rehab. I don't know how many people.
John was pretty mellow too, though,
Zach
wasn't
has
he?
been in rehab. Probably
John was always an addict. That's what killed him in the end. Cocaine was what killed him in the end. Like,
Yeah.
John was always spending his money on drugs and booze.
Does that mean I gotta quit now?
He was just quieter about it,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but he was as bad as Keith, from what I hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
with that stuff, yeah.
They tried to replace Keith Moon with Jeremy Gilblacks. It didn't work out.
Don't think so. No.
There's a couple really good DVDs of the Who where they're like almost promotional videos, and it's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I love watching the promo video stuff.
Yeah.
They're amazing band, I listened to them all through high school, and when I saw them live for the first time, which was the late 70s, I remember saying to my friend who walked out there, I said, that's the first time I've heard the Who. Because like they're a completely different band when they're live. The sound is just, the energy is just astounding.
You and I saw the same tour, I think, didn't we, Paul? We talked about that.
Yeah, I think it was when it was the first tour with Kenny Jones.
Yeah.
79.
And they were completely like, the albums don't capture the Who's energy. They just don't. And it's amazing what you experience when you see them
Let's
live.
look at their Live Aid
Oh,
performance.
Jeff's out of here. He's mad now.
Ooh.
Well, or compare the couple of songs that are on The Kids Are All Right that they recorded for The Kids Are All Right. I know there's no audience, but they're playing live, to The Who's Last, and you get the difference.
Wow.
Right away.
Yeah, Who's Last has been polished up too. Like, that's not, whatever. So Lee had a question about the guests. I don't know, Lee, if they're going to do a new album. I really hope they do. BTO did. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cummings and Bachman do a new Guess Who album. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would love to see it.
Why not?
What'd you guys think?
I think this whole thing that's been happening the last couple of years with Cummings withdrawing his rights and everything, I knew all along. And I had people saying, "No, it'll never happen, never happen." And I thought, no, the reason that they're doing this is because they want to have one last go as the Guess Who. And I said, that's that. And I was convinced 2 years ago that's what's going on, and sure enough, that's what's happening. And I wouldn't be surprised if a new album is going to be part of that. If they do a tour, you can bet there's going to be a live album at least. That'll go out. But I'd love to see some new studio tracks from them.
Might as well.
Paul, what'd you think of Face Dances?
Oh, I like Face Dances for what it is, but it's it's not Quadrophenia. It's not Who's Next.
Yeah.
It's not Who Are You. It's a totally different sound.
What'd you think, Tim?
Yeah, it sounded more like a Townsend solo record.
Oh yeah.
With on vocals, that's. Man, I think every Who album since has sounded like a solo Townsend record.
Have you got it, Doc?
No.
Face Dances.
It's a good album. Like, there's some really good music on it. There's no question, and I've always liked the album, but it's, for me, and being such a Who junkie at that time, to me it was sort of like they could have changed their name, because it didn't really fit with the rest of their catalog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They should have called it Who Cares?
Guessed Again. No, I think they'll call it the Guess Who if they do it. I have no idea what their plan is. I would love it though. I would cheer that one on.
You'll be in line to buy it on the day of issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope they reissue the remaining catalog. They have reissued about 5 or 6 of their albums, and I hope they do the rest as well, because my old copies are getting worn out.
I mean, it's like, Who Are You? I used to drum to that a lot. I really love drumming to that song. That's a great drumming
Who
song.
Are You?
Yeah.
No, they're not going to be on the Happy Together tour. No.
Well, they're doing their first thing they're going to do is in February. Bachman and Cummings are going to do the Guess Who. It's one of those cruise things, rock cruise things, and they're sailing from Miami to I think Jamaica, and that's going to be the first thing they do. And it comprises members of Burton's, the Carpet Frogs, members of them, and some other guys who I think might be linked to Randy Bachman. I don't know, but and then we'll see what happens from there. But I mean, I think that's going to be the sort of thing where they kind of get smooth the edges off and get things going. And I would expect there to be a summer tour following that.
Next year. Stay tuned till next year.
Yeah, but who knows? Like, I honestly don't know.
I can never understand why bands want to do those cruise things, because
it's money.
I know money, but you're stuck on a ship for however many days this cruise is with nothing but ardent fans of yours.
Yeah,
you get rated on hand and foot, no tour buses, no hassle. That's a hell of a thing.
But you've also got people that won't leave you alone. Every time you leave your room, you're going to be accosted.
Listen, those cruise ships have areas where the celebs can go and not be bothered by people. Trust me.
Well, the Beatles were going to do a cruise at the end of the.
It's like a city within a city.
Well, yeah, but that was going to be just for a day, and they were going to handpick the people. It was going to be mostly their friends.
Well, that's what the rooftop was supposed to simulate them playing on a cruise ship. That's what that was supposed, right?
But the cruise ship, it wasn't just going to be let anybody in. It was going to be their handpicked friends.
There's a lot of Christian tour cruise boats ones that do those too. Like Michael W. Smith and all those.
Right.
They're really, he's really big into doing those cruises.
Well, there's a lot of bands doing it right now, and it's like it's easy money. They don't have to.
I used to have a musician. I used to have a guy called Andy O'Driscoll who played Irish music, and he would do those. But he's not a big celebrity, People leave him alone. He can just go enjoy the cruise and blah blah blah, and every night get up there and play, and then enjoy the cruise,
But if you get some big band that does a cruise, it's not like they can go anywhere. So you've got the whole week with them. It's not, it's not like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Which kind of, to me, it would suck for the band having to be there.
Well,
it's not like going to a shopping center where you might get recognized, but most of the people there aren't your ardent fans. You go on a Guess Who cruise, every single person on that cruise is an ardent Guess Who fan, which.
Yeah, but they're also older and mature, and
I understand that.
And there's going to be sections of the ship that those people aren't just going to have access to.
Yeah.
There'll be the band has their own section of the ship where nobody's going to bother them, and if they do,
you won't be able to chase after them very fast.
I'm sure they'll have.
But they'll be slow too. Though, hurry! They're catching up.
They're circling the buffet.
It's not going to be like the opening scene of A Hard Day's Night or anything like that.
In slow motion. Yeah. Hey, Brad, I like Michael W. Smith.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I do too. He's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very good musician. Fantastic music.
Some of the stuff, Matt Redman's another one I like. He's pretty good.
Michael W. Smith's great. I like him. I've seen him several times.
You ever seen Jars of Clay?
Yeah. Actually, I've seen Jars of Clay too.
I saw them quite a few years ago now. They played near us, and it was a fantastic concert. God, they were good.
I don't know if you guys have you ever heard of DeGarmo and Key? They're kind of like the heavy rockers of Christian music. I sat on the tour bus with them and all the band and stuff. That was kind of fun.
Another one that's good to watch is Phil Keaggy.
Phil Keaggy's good. I've met him too. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Beatle Brad was on the tour bus, what happened there? Did
Beatle Brad there? Oh my God! I'm gonna meet Beatle Brad. I gotta say.
Beatle Brad's here.
That was really cool. DeGarmo and Key, yeah, that was great. It was fun. I mean,
Jesus, it's getting dark here, and it's only 2:30.
I'm sitting on the tour bus, and then Phil Keaggy comes on, and I mean Phil Keaggy really likes the Beatles. He did an album that was like Meet the Beatles front cover.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, Keith Green.
Yeah, I never saw him in concert. I've got his music, but never saw him.
Yeah, he passed away, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, like Wayne Watson. I mean, Wayne Watson's really good. I've met him twice.
DeGarmo and Key were closer to.
I always like her. I'm not. Well, I haven't heard a lot of her stuff, but Ashley Cleveland is pretty good.
Let me go get Phil Keaggy's album. It looks like Meet the Beatles. This is kind of funny.
Started out with a band called Glass Harp. Glass Harp, and I haven't heard much of their stuff, but apparently they were pretty popular at one point. That's where Keaggy got his start.
While Brad has gone to look for some albums, let's see what is the album of the week. It's Mike Kruger and his big album, Der Nipple.
Der Nipple.
Now we know what happened to Don Wells.
That is a handsome man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was second in line to play the Penguin, but lost out. Holy crap. And what do you mean, Der Nipple? Should it be Der Nose? Whatever. Anyway, the Phil Keaggy album, Sunday's Child, is great. Very much.
Well, his singing is a little, actually a lot McCartney-esque. I've seen Phil live 2 or 3 times, and if you close your eyes and listen, you can hear Paul McCartney channeling Paul McCartney. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Kind of like that guy on the tea set, like Ma Belle or Me. I'm in love with you. That's not Paul McCartney.
No.
That's not him.
Paul Ramon.
Oh, well. Same guy. Indeed.
Well, that was the name on the Steve Miller album. He played on.
We know better. Yeah.
But, he did that at Abbey Road, that album. That's how he connected.
Coincidence. Yeah. Maybe we should, Beatle Brad's not back yet, we should see who died this week. Who was that again?
I thought you were going to show all those people on that platform that was falling off the cliff.
Yeah, they all died too.
Is that how that happened?
Except for the guy walking on air.
I know. That's a spooky one. What the heck? They didn't program him correctly.
Nope. Right down.
Take note of the guy at the end.
Holy, cut it off early, Batman.
Yeah.
I thought I had the wrong one. You know how it is with me and buttons, I watched that guy walk off. Oh my God, he's levitated.
Walked off the edge and he's gone. Yeah.
And now he's walking
he's
on
not
air.
gone. He's not gone.
Yeah, we think it's David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's magic. It's magic. Yes, crazy. And people believe these things. Oh, when did this happen? Oh, I must have missed that on the NBC news.
On the news, yes.
It must be on the news.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know. What? I believe one of the Gramo and Key member died.
Okay.
We'll have to ask Rick 9G or the Professor of Rock. He would know.
They will let you know.
It would take him a half an hour, but he would tell you.
Tim, you had a box set you said you were going to show us.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, well,
Brad's here with his album.
Brad's here.
Brad's here.
get back there.
Actually, I couldn't find Phil Kagey's. I'm having a tough time. But anyway, there's Joe English, who was also a Christian.
Oh, okay.
He was the drummer for McCartney's.
Yeah, he's on Back to the Egg, right?
No. He's
No,
before that.
Venus-
He had Venus and Mars,
Venus
and
and Mars.
Sound, and
okay.
America.
There's my ticket.
Oh, okay.
Oh, woo, wow.
Wow.
Only $8.
Isn't that amazing?
to get in.
They didn't tear the ticket.
Was Joe English French?
What's that?
Was he from France?
No, he's American.
He's American.
He wound up living in the Rochester area, actually, Rochester, New York.
Then I got his autograph. Went backstage.
Whoa.
Oh, look at those spiffy dudes.
Yeah. So he's actually he signed my album too. Well, wait a second.
It's not upside down. That's pretty
Upside
good.
down.
Boy, he's talented. He signs upside down.
But yeah, I've got all of Joe English's vinyl.
That's got to be an
albums.
80s album, just going by
They're
the cover.
good.
Got to be an
I have
80s
one
album.
or two. I don't have them all, but I've got a couple.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we saw Phil Keegan live 2 or 3 times. And it was just he always uses all these tape loops he makes and stuff. It's really quite fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Joe English.
It's usually just him with his acoustic guitar, and he plays the loops and he plays along with it and records them.
Phil Kagey.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
he just layers the music up as you're watching it live. It's really cool.
Uh-oh, he's gone
I
again.
think Beatle Brad's leaving again. I could be wrong.
Well, at least it closed the door this
Some
time.
chef died, but it wasn't Wolfgang Puck.
I think
Or
he
that
It
closed.
was a female chef, I think.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know who she is.
No, me either.
Why
It
are
was
we
Amy
looking at
Grant.
Brad's empty room?
I don't know.
Is it
Amy
interesting?
Grant died?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. She's not a chef. She's an artist.
Why are we looking at Brad's empty room?
Because he's coming back with something else.
I know.
Yeah.
Doc doesn't want to have any more viewers. That's why. I got it.
I think it's because we're waiting to hear the toilet flush.
Mm-hmm.
Show us a box set.
That's not any better.
People want to see a box
I
set.
do. I've said this before, but I used to work with a guy at a boating place named Mike, and Mike had to go to a wedding in Rochester one day over the weekend. He came back on Monday and like, if I'd have known this, I'd have got you an invite to the wedding. I'm like, why? Joe English was the wedding band.
Oh wow!
So he saw Joe English's band play at a wedding, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
English Joe.
But yeah. Anyway, okay. I picked this box set just because it's sort of. I mean, I don't even play this. Nobody plays this. I'm trying to get it out of the wrapper
It's
here.
stuck.
Not in a baggie. This.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Look at the size of that.
Yes.
He ever pulls out their pure McCartney and plays it,
Mhm.
including
I have the 2-disc, the 2 CD set
Yeah.
of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I had that in my
box-
hands, and I
box
decided
is
not
only
to
like
buy it.
half of what the CD set is, and you get a different picture on every
Yeah.
one, and
Uncle Tim, can I play along?
album tracks. Sure. Yeah, that's
Paul
one.
McCartney's vocal cords passed away.
Trying to. There's another one. That would be the So Bad video.
Yep.
Oh,
So
okay,
Brad.
The first picture would have been making McCartney.
I don't know. That picture makes him look like one of the Thunderbirds.
This looks around Driving Rain, but I could be wrong.
A fine selection of songs.
Mm-hmm.
I had that in my hands and I put it back. I nearly bought it.
I only bought it because there's 3 or 4. There's a handful of songs that I don't have on vinyl anywhere else that are on this thing. Like I didn't have Dance Tonight.
I like it because it's all over his career.
Yeah,
It's one of
you're
my
right.
favorite pictures of McCartney, and
Yeah.
this is taken during the making of McCartney. And it's just a bunch of pictures. I always like this picture because to me it looks like he's a wino. It looks like he's walking out of a liquor store with a bag of booze.
Oh, that Paul.
Ooh, there's
Whoa,
Paul
whoa.
killing someone. You don't find that often.
I bet that's for Old Woman Oh Why. I bet with him shooting the gun.
Could be.
I bet it is.
There's Paul with Bill Black's bass.
Yeah.
Well, it's his bass now,
Size
but
of
it was
that
Bill
bass.
Black's bass. I always liked this picture too. I always thought this should have been on the cover of
London Town.
Yeah.
Because he's just happy. Everybody's favorite picture of Paul.
Ah!
Broad Street.
You scared Doc.
Oh gosh.
Doc, you can come out from underneath the couch now.
So bad again, I think.
So Brad.
And then live in 91 or 2002 maybe.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Something like that. Anyway, there's a box set you don't hear about much as far as the vinyl goes.
Yeah.
Lots about it, really.
So, but there are reasons to own it. Like I said, I gave you one, the Dance Tonight on it, but also I forget the name of the song. That song he did for the video game is on here. Oh, Hope for the Future is on this. The remix of Say, which I don't think anybody wants, is on this. I can't get this last record.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tim, never take those records out again.
You got a defective box set.
No, it was sideways. I just figured it out. Okay.
Sideways.
Whoa. Now it's falling apart.
Oh.
You can put it back together.
Leaving your link on camera. Great. Okay.
Let's see who can put it back together first, Tim or the monkey.
Well, I had one of the records in sideways, and they're not square, so it wasn't pretty.
Remember, boys and girls, don't try this at home.
This is a video in itself.
This is like.
Oh, come on, Tim, come on, you can do it. Oh,
this is the reverse of BMX Seeker opening his mail.
I don't know if I can do it. I can't figure out what's wrong. I had 3 of them in before, and now none of them will go in.
Just throw it.
Maybe you go in this way. I'm confused.
Hey.
Well, Doc's used up all of his time. He's got to go now.
This is great.
All right, I'm done.
That was the best
I'm
segment. That was the best segment so far. Don't end it now.
I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm done. I can't. I'm gonna have to put them in one at a time.
That's great.
Yeah,
I wouldn't buy that box set. It's too difficult.
Yeah.
I'm done. If you want a very entertaining box set,
Hold up your box set
I'll
again,
keep you
Tim.
entertained for hours.
Hold up that box set again.
Why?
I don't know, Beatle Brad said something.
I'm beginning to hate it. Here. It's just
Okay, yeah.
Okay, here we go. We got a match.
Good match.
Aha!
Yes.
Now let's see Brad take
a match.
Yeah, let's see Brad take all his records out and put them all back in together. Not separately, but together. And let's see him do it.
Now that you got a match, how about lighting it on fire?
See what I did? I bought a one of those big hefty bags and took the top off, and that fits in perfect for these box sets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, You know what I use? You buy like 100 record protector outer sleeves.
Yeah, yeah, and
they
you
come
get
in one of these. And I
use those too.
When I'm out of them, I save these and use them for my box sets.
Yeah.
I started using freezer bags, the big freezer bags.
That's what I do.
Ziploc freezer bags. And
there's Joe English and Beatle Brad.
Yeah. Out.
Wow.
Which one's Beatle Brad?
Yes. The one with hair.
Okay.
Joe English looks so much younger without his beard. I mean, he looks like a little kid without his beard.
Yeah, he does. There we go. How about that? I want to see something. Look at this. This is kind of a fun album.
Are those tribbles?
It's kind of making fun of the Beatles, and it's
punching mop.
Got the front cover.
Look, Robert P is watching off and on.
Oh, hey, Robert.
He's working on rewiring his air conditioning. Good day to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another kind of like spin-off of Meet the Beatles.
There's too many Beatles.
Aha. I got him all back in.
Okay, good.
Yay.
We missed it.
UK mono. So are
Well,
we going to show...
one at a time. I use my brain and I put them in one at a time.
If I only had a brain.
So here's one of my Ziplocs.
All things have got gas.
So what I do is I cut the Ziploc part off. And it's perfect size for all things.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I did the same thing for mine.
And they're good, they're good thick plastic too. So that's but that's what I bought a spool of those Ziploc freezer bags. The big
I did a whole video on buying Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
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 I think I did one too. You probably copied me, but that's all right.
Oh yeah.
No way.
But I got a
Like
few.
I said, another thing to do is if you buy a pack of 100 outer sleeves, keep the plastic or inner sleeves. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I did the same thing. You fold over.
Then I found online the sealable, the Bailey bags. I found a big size. These are like 13 and a half by 13 and a half. So they're the sealable, the ones that seal.
Oh yeah! Wow.
You get those oversized ones as well, which work pretty good.
The nice part about having those freezer bags is that if you get robbed, you can hide them in the freezer before they get there.
That's right. To keep them fresh.
Yeah.
Keep your records fresh in the freezer, indeed. What is Detroit style pizza? It's square, man.
Square.
Square pizza. Yes. Did you know if you slow down the Chipmunks album to 16, it sounds like Vito Scotti?
Yeah, it does. I did that one time. I had the Chipmunks Christmas album, and I played it real slow, and it sounds like a regular just four guys. You know?
Well, one of them sounds like Dave.
Yeah.
Dave does one of the voices because
I know.
Dude, Dave, I can't remember which one, but one of them is the guy who does Dave's voice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. They're not real?
No, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brad.
Sorry, Brad. But the tooth fairy is. The tooth fairy is, so take heart.
Golly, you guys ruin everything.
Yeah, well.
I'm going to check with Diane because I don't think you guys are right.
Well, we're definitely not right, but that's another conversation.
No. That's not a different problem.
Is Dr. Pepper and just Coke and root beer mixed?
No.
Not that I know of. Awful fizzy.
I thought it was cod liver oil or something.
Root beer gives me heartburn.
It's cherry. I've never liked Dr. Pepper. To me, it's cherry, and I don't really like artificial.
I don't like cherry.
Cherries are in season around here now, so we've been eating them.
It's cherry.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at this. Sleepy
Jeff
Kitty.
Yeah. And look right there.
There's two of them there. Yeah.
Another sleepy kitty.
Whoa.
What a lot. What
They,
a lot.
they wake up and they roll down behind the couch. So they have to get up and walk around and get back up.
There's 18 more to Jeff's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want to know where Ace is right there.
Oh,
So
They're all gathered around Daddy.
yeah.
Yes.
It's a cat's life.
feed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're ready for me to take my I swear that's gonna be me
there's the rest
someday.
of them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cubes.
Yeah, you want me to show you what I got at the record show?
Okay.
Yeah.
We got some time.
We have time.
Starting with this one, I got this at the record show. Freddie and the Dreamers.
East Side
What is
Swinger.
that?
Mhm.
Oh, Freddy the Dreamers. Oh.
Freddie and the Dreamers, and it's a
Swinging.
promo copy.
Huh. Not for sale. Don't you dare buy it.
That's right. I'm just borrowing it, actually. So,
Oh, that's okay then.
and the
Yeah.
neat part about this is it came with a record too.
What?
Ooh.
No kidding.
It's amazing how they
That's
do
a
this.
bonus.
Then I got I need this in a hole in the head, but it's kind of fun. Still sealed, yellow vinyl of the Mamas and Papas with the
Yeah,
with
but
the
it's got the toilet.
It's got the toilet, but it's yellow vinyl,
Wow.
which was limited edition, and they're quite rare and valuable.
Hey,
Actually,
when did they put the toilet back in?
2000
That's cool.
maybe. Well, I think it's later than that.
I think Kenny and Michelle are looking a little too cozy there. I think they were having their affair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rrr.
Let's see if I can get this. So then this is the last one I got.
The
Now, these
Beatle.
are walk down under.
I've heard of them.
And look, it's got a centerfold. Grr,
What? Rrr.
grr. But wait, there's more.
Ooh.
I'm waiting.
As if that wasn't enough.
Watch me wait.
Brad's
I'm
more.
gonna hopefully maybe Paul can read this to us, but yeah, here's this.
I'm sorry. Oh, where's Chloe?
Lots of reading.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
I dropped it.
I know.
Here's the
You
inner
picked
sleeve
it
I
over.
dropped.
Yes.
And it comes with a snazzy, and I do mean snazzy,
How
Snazzy.
snazzy is
looking
it?
postcard.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's pretty cool.
nice.
Amazing.
Ah,
Is that Jimmy Nickel on drums?
And there's back. Yeah, he is. That's after.
Nice.
This was all during the Jimmy Nichols was there because this was all during when the
yeah,
Paul
Freddie-
died rumors.
What?
Paul is dead rumors.
No.
That's like a big sticker. And as if that wasn't enough,
That's not enough.
I know so much. There's that.
Oh, they're playing those Australian
They're
things.
calling kangaroos.
Yeah, doing Tommy Kangaroo Down Sport.
That's a didgeridoo, isn't that what they call those things?
Yeah. I think there's one more thing. Well, then the record.
Oh, it's got a record too.
I know.
Ooh,
Wow, look how shiny it is. It's very shiny.
No, that's
It
is that the interview album? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I have just a regular issue of that from like the late
That's
'70s.
two tracks aside,
Yeah.
it must be an interview album.
I've got the other one that's the Down Under. I think there's something
Yeah.
else.
Have you heard
Beatles
final
talking
album?
under.
Some say it's Let It Be. Tim, what?
what's Tim's thoughts? Tim, what are your thoughts on Abbey Road being the final album? or is it Let It Be?
Well, I think technically Let It Be has to be called the Beatles' last album because there is actual Beatle work done on that album after Abbey Road. So even though most of it was recorded during or a year before Abbey Road or 6 months, whatever, some of it was recorded after. So I think Let It Be has to be.
Ooh.
I have that, but it's not a promo. There's two. Is that the one with like rock artists? There's two of those. One has like Edie Gourmet and stuff on it. The other one has Bob Dylan and stuff. They're very different, but they look the same.
White label promo.
Bootleg. A bootleg.
Not so loud. You're gonna have them over here before you know it.
Yeah.
Not so loud.
Not so loud.
Like Three Stooges. Not so loud. I didn't get these at the record show, but I was just going to show these. Those are recent too.
Yoko Ono Ima? Ima? What is
it's
that?
A promo as well.
Right.
But yeah, these are recent. I got these quite recent. Thought this was colored vinyl, but no, it's a.
Is that the record you put on when house guests are overstaying their welcome?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah. Diane has definitely told me that I cannot play any of those when she's home.
Yeah.
There's the other one. Everybody disappeared.
I got kicked out.
Oh,
really? How come?
I was there. I get kicked out of my own show.
Because you went too long on putting records back in a box.
Oh no, I got kicked out. It's crazy.
No, I think that
could be the mice.
Might be the mice.
They're all back in the box.
Okay.
For another 20 years.
Yeah, really. So since you got kicked out, did you get that one or no?
It's hard for me to say. I got kicked out.
Most.
Everybody else was still.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Sorry for him to say he wasn't paying attention.
You're not paying attention.
I don't know. That's the second time doing this show that I've had problems.
I have a box set to show when you're ready.
Crazy. Oh yeah, the Led Zeppelin thing is very good.
Yeah. That's all right.
Like I could have watched more. I hope there's a sequel. Maybe there's a sequel. Do a sequel.
They are touring this year.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I thought Yoko Ono attracts mice. I don't know.
No, with her singing, she keeps the mice away. So that's why I got.
I don't know. Ever since I've heard that song, I keep asking myself, who's seen the wind?
I just got that for fun.
What's that? Have you guys seen the Bob Ezrin interview about the Wall and Kiss Destroyer producer?
No.
Side 2, you know. Oh, it's got an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi.
Well, since we're showing box sets, this is number 19 from the Flag series.
It's your fault.
And this is an album that everybody hates, but this is a really cool box set. And it's this one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the Japanese. This was on my All Things Must Pass, too. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's how you get the records out. But this is cool. Why they decided to do this, I don't know. But they made it into a box set. And you have one record, which is on Apple. And at that time, all the Beatles stuff was on Apple. It's like the mid-70s when they did this series. And then you get like this one's green.
Green.
It's green.
Very green.
Okay. And then this is red, but it's a booklet.
Oh, okay.
but I don't know if you. Well, it's got some pictures in it. Cool dudes there and stuff, but again, I don't know if you can read that.
I can't.
Made in Japan.
It actually,
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
it actually does have the English translation beside it, though.
Oh, I couldn't read the English. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is an album nobody cares about, nobody plays, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Well, I disagree because a whole hunk of a lot of people spent $350 on a box set just to get that. So
that's true.
Somebody must like it. I don't know who, but
anyway, yeah, I just thought it was cool that they did this. So I have no idea why they would do this. But there it is, this Japanese thing that they did for the Flag Series. So
Fascinating.
that was pretty neat.
The weird thing is they did it in Japan, where probably a good number of people that bought that didn't understand English and had no idea what it was even about.
Yeah, but I mean, they're crazier for the Beatles in Japan than they are America. So
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. They probably figured, hey, let's in order to get people to buy it, let's turn it into something special. So they did.
And they still didn't.
Like what?
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool anyway.
Look at the size of that.
Hey, look, Brad spent $350 just to get it.
No, you know what?
What?
One of my viewers sent it to me.
Yeah, out.
Oh, for free. That's good.
That must
I had to pay him $400, but I got it.
Wow.
That's a nice gift.
It's the gift that you give.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I wonder how long it'll take you to put the records back in. You're on the
Gotta
clock.
put them in all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. It's like the Beat the Clock. So that, it's great. They got all these albums. Meet the Beatles, Beatles' second album, Hard Day's Rut, something new.
Something.
Here's the Chaser.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what everybody wouldn't get separately. That was the hook.
I mean, hopefully, they're talking about, possibly another box set, and then the Butcher will be the Chaser in the next box set.
Yeah.
So, but Beatles Story, really?
I don't know.
I mean, they could have definitely come up with something else besides Beatles Story.
Does that end with Beatles 65? Is that the end of the box set?
This is the early Beatles.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that came out afterward, right?
Yep. But yeah, still in its plastic hype sticker.
See, I think maybe instead of doing what they did, Beatles talking album, whatever it's called, Story, they should have done the VJ album.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree with you that. I mean, that would have been really cool.
Which version?
Well, maybe even both. Maybe do both of them.
Both versions.
I got a very, very rare CD numbered VJ box set. Kind of
Cool.
neat. Yeah.
Does anybody care that I got Leonard Skinner greatest hits?
Yeah, let's see the Leonard Skinner.
No, we don't care.
Yeah. I was
trying to encourage the lad.
We've already seen it.
The first thing I've bought in months.
Oh, quite a while.
Trying to encourage the lad.
Come on, kids. Leonard Skinner forever.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? That's a single CD, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You probably got the best stuff on there.
Probably.
I didn't really go through the things to see if anything was missing.
But you quit with the Leonard Skinner.
I don't know. It's got "What's Your Name" on it.
What's your name?
Little squirrel.
What's your name?
See, these were all limited edition.
Oh, my Robert P. Who are you trying to kid?
No.
Yeah.
Well, Robert made these, yes, but then
Yeah.
there was a box set that came out as a limited edition. But here's a cool one. Robert was showing these
Yeah.
a while back. You know, I mean, it's even got the gatefold for this and stuff like that.
And the poster.
Yes, and a poster.
Ooh.
Where is it? Please stay on hold. Your call. So I got this one, and Robert was selling them, and the guy who's on this wanted copies. Oh, it went blurry. It's that doctor.
Yeah. Robert, these ears were burning.
So that one. But then the guy who plays on it, he signed them for Robert and me.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes, that's kind of
neat. Robert said those to me too. They're nice, beautiful.
Yeah, they're really neat.
Yeah, they're really cool to have those. I really like
that was when Ringo left.
No, it's when Stu left.
People don't know, but Ringo left a little bit in 1964, and that album came out. That's why he's not on the cover. No, I'm making that up.
It's just a composer.
Robert P. is awesome.
Yes, he is.
Graham Ashford. Whoa.
Quite a few.
That's a box full.
That's a box set.
That's a tray set. It's actually a tray set.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it has free outtake of Freebird. Well, let me see here. Outtake version.
What's this
There
from?
is.
Yeah,
Outtake version.
That's not the album track because the album track's like 14 minutes.
Yeah, this
Is that the front cover or the back cover?
That's the back cover.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Ooh, Sweet Home Alabama. Ew. So tired of that song. Ew.
You hear that on the radio more than anything else.
I know. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I got that one. You got the
Yeah,
green,
I was gonna say. Yeah, I asked him to do this one.
yeah, you got the Green Hornet too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Robert. I'm like, hey, can you make these? So he did. Because I've got them on vinyl, but I just don't feel like pulling them out. Then I
got the air working. Work on it, Robert P. Hurry.
and this is Dave Clark all in stereo.
Ah.
Ah.
Paul, do you have the playlist of the very best of Guess Who?
Well,
It would be yes. He does.
I thought are you talking about the album?
I guess. I'm sure he has it. Yes.
I'm gonna say I don't have that album. No, I got the two Best of the Guess Who albums.
No.
I've actually got an album that's better than that.
But you have to guess who it is.
Bob Dylan. He's got.
Well, yes, Bob Dylan.
Here's Beatles.
Okay, you can make me small. I'm just showing the CDs.
Oh, that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've got this on vinyl too, but there's fewer.
I've not
songs.
seen that one.
There's fewer songs on the vinyl, but this is a combination of the two Best of the Guess Who albums plus extra stuff. So if you want to get like a compilation of the Guess Who, this would be probably the best one you can get. Called Track Record.
That would be a good one to get, actually.
It's very good. Yeah, yeah. That's now that looks like a single CD. Yeah, see, mine's a double, so I don't. How many tracks are on that?
That's a double. I could tell it was a double. See.
Oh, it's a double. Okay, so yeah, mine's the old style double, I guess.
No.
I just put it in a double case to save space.
Oh, okay.
That's all. It came in a double.
Oh, so you just switched it over to a single. Oh, aren't you special?
Yeah, really.
I need space on that shelf. Let's get rid of
Well,
some
you
of
must be desperate for space. That quarter of an inch makes the difference, eh?
It does.
That's what she said.
Do you have the little booklet that comes with it? You still have that?
Oh, wow.
Those are all the Guess Who guys over the years.
Doc threw all his booklets out to save space.
Yeah. And one CD is red, and the other CD is blue.
Oh,
Blue? Never heard of it.
oh no! I have Dynaflex.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's weird. Anyway, it's
It's
so
not
I,
weird.
There's an alternate shot.
if you want to get a compilation, this is really good. It's got tracks on here that you don't get anywhere else. Like,
Yeah.
well, one track at least, Sona
Yeah.
is on here.
Are we back to the Red and Blue album again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a lot of different stuff on here that you're not going to
Jeff
get
is
all.
underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
I'm
got
watching.
it. Christ.
I'm watching.
Oh, I know you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just peeking.
Go ahead.
What'd you go get, Tim?
I didn't go get anything. I just got a drink. I don't drink on camera.
Okay.
Remember, don't drink on camera.
Light.
He was
Don't drink on camera.
thirsty.
I don't.
Did you want some 7-Up?
Where's your yop?
No.
Supposed to have a yop on Sundays.
I think it's past its due date.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's bad yop.
Now it's slop.
It
Let's
opened the
turn
show.
green.
It opened
Yeah.
the show sort of, and then faded away to nothing, and then there we were, and then the show started.
No wonder the Yelp was discounted price.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, what is your favorite summer song of the 60s?
Well, that's an interesting story. It's a song called by the Beach Boys called "Wouldn't It Be Nice?" And I was all bummed out. It was August of 1966, and I was going into first grade. So
Oh.
my dad cheered me up and got me a 45 of "Wouldn't It Be Nice?" by the
Oh,
Beach
wow.
Boys. Mhm.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
Now that's a happy, neat story.
Yeah,
his favorite summer song of the
Mhm.
60s.
nice,
Very-
happy. It cheered me up for a couple of minutes until I said, "Oh, I got to go to school." You know?
Not for very long, though.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
I had to go to school. Ew.
Oh no, homework.
I know. Oh, what a shame. I guess. Well, yeah. Gee, I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's what happened when he found out he had to go to school. Like, oh,
That's
Sammy
gonna say,
Terry.
Mhm.
Good old Sammy Terry.
yeah. Where is Sammy Terry today?
That'd be a good
That's a good
follow-up.
question. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
probably
Definitely.
passed away,
Very
actually.
good. Yeah.
Did he get married to Rita Bell?
I bet he passed away.
Mhm.
Whew. Oh, geez.
All down, look what you did. You
He's
upset
off.
Tim.
He's off drinking again.
You
Oh.
guys missed Rita Bell in Detroit. Rita Bell used to do the morning movie,
Mhm.
but she always had a contest during the morning
Oh.
movie, which was,
Mhm.
"Can you name this tune?" And it was some
Second.
obscure song nobody would ever hear of.
Yeah.
She would get a caller on the phone and, "Let's play the mystery tune. Can you identify the mystery tune?" Nobody ever could.
So what was the mystery tune?
Nobody ever knew.
Oh, really? So is this a mystery
wait.
still?
See, that's not how you play that game. If they're playing, can you name the mystery tune? You call up, and then they say, "Can you name the mystery tune?" And then you say yes, and you won. You didn't. She didn't say to name it. She just said, "Can you?" The answer
Yeah,
be
but you had
yes.
to tell,
Then
you
you
had to
won.
tell her what it
She
was.
didn't tell you to name it. She just asked me if I could. Yeah, I can.
And what is it? Well, whatever. If
It's
Tim
not the
should have been
question.
all.
The question is, can I? Yes, I can.
if the caller could not identify it or what was wrong, they added $5 to the jackpot.
Tim could have been a lawyer.
I know.
Okay. Because somebody win a lot of money.
I always thought this is serious. I always thought if a good contest, somebody does a nightly radio program, right? You start out with $1 prize, and you have a song that you're thinking of in your head, and it never changes. And you write it down, and you've got witnesses, and it's on the level, and it's legit. And every night, one or two people get the call and guess what the song is. And the prize, you can't double it because you'd be into the billions of dollars before.
Yeah,
long,
really.
But
They added
maybe
like $5 to the jackpot.
maybe double it till it gets to 10, and then add $10 every night or something like that, forever until somebody guesses the song. And they don't get any clues or anything. But you don't play that. It's a song that you've never played on your show, though. So it's one song that you never ever play until somebody guesses it. That's their only clue. I always thought that'd be an interesting concept.
What do you got there, Beatle Brad? What is that?
Whoa.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, it shows up.
He's got his
Looks like
window
a Jeff
shade.
Lynne album.
Yeah, really.
Brad's window shades. Oh.
Yeah. You always thought I was a little shady. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, I still got the hyperactive sticker.
Yeah.
It looks way cooler than mine.
Oh, wow.
Aw, I got rooked.
Come on, man.
It's no good.
What other ELO are you going to show?
I don't have that one. When did that come out?
Oh, wow.
This was...
When did that one come out?
Not sure the date on... let's see if I can find it. It's hard to read it. That's for
I
sure.
know. This isn't for old people.
2015, 2012.
Let's try in here.
You tell we're old.
It's written by Jeff Lynne, produced by Jeff Lynne, sung by Jeff Lynne.
Gee, that's,
Overproduced by Jeff Lynne.
Yes.
that's amazing.
What? Oh, come on.
Come on, man.
You're asking people to read the fine print. They're like, I can't read English. Oh, God. Oh, wait.
I can't read.
2012?
Okay.
Hey, 3 guesses was right.
Yeah, there you go. Tim was right.
It's like that's the year game. That's how they 2019.
Tim was right. Tim was right. What's he win,
Yeah,
Mario?
Chrono album. That'll be the new game. Chrono album. You hold up an album and you gotta guess what year. Chrono
album.
This is what it comes down to when you get old. You gotta get out the magnifier.
Oh, yeah.
2019.
I still have the thingies with my box set.
Oh, wow. There's your thingy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I like Undone. Do you?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite album. I like that album. It's a good one.
He likes that. Yeah.
Why didn't they put oldies but goldies in this box set?
I know.
As Paul gets a hernia.
I already got one. It's getting operated on tomorrow.
because past masters supplanted it. They took it out of the catalog.
That's dumb.
That's a great box set. That's a great box set. Paul's just trying to get ahead.
Yeah, this is good. I hear they're going to reissue it. Should I buy the reissue? What do you think?
I don't know. Look. Oh, what? Look. Ooh. Mine doesn't do that.
It's the White Album. No, it's not the White Album. It's ELO.
Ooh. Hello.
ELO.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Very pretty.
Isn't that snazzy?
Way snazzy. I hope that's not the re-recorded one.
Two albums in one.
Yeah.
You could do a commercial doing that.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I know there's more. But yeah, I got all of ELO on vinyl.
And they're all in color too.
What's that?
They're all in color too.
Yeah.
Have you ordered the new Bruce Spicer book on health?
Which one?
The new Bruce Spicer one. You know, he's been doing the whole series. It's on health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out in August. I pre-ordered it.
Oh. Oh, okay.
If you've been in an accident that wasn't your fault, well, your favorite attorney has a message for you. Collision?
That's quick.
I was starting to write down the information.
I've got an ELO related thing. I'll bet none of you have.
Uh-oh, probably
What
do.
would that be?
And you're not missing out. I will say that. But does anybody have this?
No.
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 I don't think so.
No.
No.
What is that?
This came out about 78, I think.
Oh, really?
It's Jeff Lynne's solo. It's a 12-inch. Jeff Lynne, there he is.
No, I've never seen that.
It's this disco dance song that he did.
What's it called?
It's not great. See, they're doing that crazy thing on the cover. That's what they're doing. It's called doing that crazy thing.
Doing that crazy thing. Disco.
Why would you ever do that?
I don't know, but it's not good, and it is on UA Jet. You know,
Yeah, it's on Jet. Yeah.
It's on UA Jet, but it's not good. I don't even remember the B side. I unfortunately do remember the B side.
You enjoyed it so much.
For years and years.
I heard Yoko's on the B side.
Oh.
Going Down to Rio is the B side. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to play this one of these days. But yeah, here's a rare ELO oddity that most people do not have. Doing that crazy thing.
That's an oddity.
I'm gonna add it to my list.
Yeah,
this is his first solo thing, I think. This is his very
record's not to get.
Yeah.
Tim, look, we have a really interesting
that's crazy.
question.
That's crazy.
That is. Look, trivia question for Tim.
The crazy thing.
Oh, Tim, who voiced Underdog?
Wally Cox.
There, see, he's smart.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Perry Cox.
That is Aaron. Yay! Yes. Way to go. Yes.
Yay.
I watched that thing you do this week too. How about that?
Here's an album maybe Paul can read to us.
Psychedelic Israel.
It's one of my viewers from Russia
Did you
sent
get
it
that?
to me.
Oh, you didn't get it from Conjuman, did you?
Yeah, it's from Russia. Not from Russia with love.
Not with love.
Yeah. Ooh. Psychedelic pop Israel.
How about that?
Something about ABBA on there.
Kind of snazzy.
Yeah. Question for Brad now.
Oh!
I seem to remember that Out of the Blue came with a cardboard thing you had to put together.
Yeah, the flying saucer.
Yeah.
Yep, it comes with that. I didn't do mine.
Yeah, nobody did because you wanted to keep your record nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted it too, but a friend of mine borrowed the album and didn't give me back the mobile.
The thing, he stole the thing.
It also came with
Hey, you know why he borrowed the album, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Merchandise with T-shirts and hats and all kinds of stuff you could order. That was in there too. I remember that specifically.
Really? I just remember the mobile.
Yep. Mine still has. I'm sure mine still has it. Has both things.
Oh, mine does for sure. I don't remember the ordering stuff though.
Mine didn't get it.
I got a rock.
I'm gonna look now.
Let me go look. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, let's all disappear.
Don't see me. And now, checking the ELO for a thingy.
So I got, what is this? Why have I got that? It's a piece of paper. It must be a poster.
Ooh.
Oh, it is a poster. Okay, that was in there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then you get, you get this thing. It was just an insert.
Oh yeah, neat.
Aha.
Okay, yeah.
Came with a stand. There's the stand.
Uh-huh.
It's all perforated, so you just pop it out and put the
Yeah,
thing
you're supposed to put it together and make a thingy.
It's supposed to look like this.
There you go.
Okay, mine's been hung on the wall, but there's my poster.
I didn't get the thing for that T-shirt and stuff though.
Here's my poster, but it's been pre-hung before.
Yeah.
See, the back is not.
Oh my! It's been through the roof.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't get the order
looking
form.
for
I didn't get the
I
order
don't even
form.
have. I don't have any of it anymore. I had it at
You
one
lost
point. Maybe
your
this is
thing.
my original copy.
Ooh.
But I know it is because it has a cutout. I bought it at JCPenney's. It was $3.99 when it was still in like the top 10 because this is when the lawsuit happened and they were changing labels to CBS and all the United Artists copies went into the budget bins while it was still on the charts.
Amazing.
So Tim
But, no, I
didn't.
definitely. Maybe it was my brother's copy that had it. I definitely remember. I don't even have the little spaceship things.
I have to repair mine. The jackets, the glue stripes. See?
Uh-oh.
No.
Get the glue.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I just get white glue and stick it on.
Oh yeah.
Your
Glue,
jacket's like you.
Double-sided Scotch tape works really well. I use that more than I use anything else.
Split personality.
I always like this though. I always thought that was pretty cool with the space
Yep.
Wow,
inside.
mine doesn't have the little cutout thing.
It doesn't.
No, I don't know what happened to it.
Ooh, what's that?
Save stuff.
Brad
I
probably
took the poster
swiped
down
it.
off the wall and put it back.
Brad
Lee
probably
Hazel.
swiped it to replace his that got swiped.
Yeah, if the viewer friend, if he's still out there, give me back my mobile. It's a 2-record
I
set.
don't know what happened to it.
Lee Hazelwood.
Yeah, Lee Hazelwood.
But you know, if you bought the deluxe version of the CD, I think it came with a little tiny one of those little fine saucer things.
Oh, it probably did.
Let me look, because that I do have.
That could be like a shuttle, a space shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see
always
if
liked
it did
it,
or
though.
didn't it? Yeah, right here.
He's got it.
Maybe Tim
the
took
CD.
Yeah, there you go.
There's half of it. And
Wow.
then the next page is the other half of it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to cut it out.
This does come with that.
Well,
And
it's
then
all
the
perforated.
CD. Yeah. And the CD was very nice on this too.
Oh wow, that is nice.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Very well done.
And you know, it comes in a book with a little folder, and it's a hardcover book. And I paid a whopping 99 cents.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
Did you have all the money for it, or did you have to?
I did. I didn't have to borrow any. I had it all.
Yeah, just
I'd buy that for $1.
yeah, just sell lemonade.
Very cosmic picture of Jeff Lynne.
Ooh.
It looks like he got punched in the nose or something.
You don't see him anymore without his sunglasses on.
You
Yeah.
have one.
No,
Like
because he
Ringo.
looked like he's 92 if he took them off. So.
Who is Lee
What's
Hazelwood?
with everybody with a gun?
Yeah. What's
Why
with
does
the gun?
everybody have a gun?
Oh no.
I don't know.
He's like Paul Blart.
Lee Hazelwood is the man that made Nancy Sinatra.
Yeah.
Her father couldn't do it, but Lee Hazelwood did it.
Well, actually, I think her father made her, but he made her career.
Yeah.
Hi, folks. This is
Don's guns.
What is
Happy
it?
Sam here.
Ah!
Oh,
Pink.
Pink.
Ooh, too pink. Too pink.
Pink, pink.
I got a really nice Lee Hazelwood collection, but
It's
I can't
pink.
show it on camera.
Natalie Cool.
Doc Stream would get taken down if I showed my Lee
Two record
Hazelwood.
set.
Oh, has it got dirty pictures in it?
I just get knocked off.
I'm telling.
Yeah, it's got. I don't know why he did an album, or why they did an album cover with it's just full of topless women on the cover, but it is. So
What's that?
Get it to sell. Why do you think he did it?
mhm.
Yeah, get it to
he
sell.
didn't. He didn't. I think that. I don't know if this came out while he was alive or not. I have
Is that
that.
the one she sings with her dad?
I bought mine
right?
at Target for like $10 or something. It was like on one of their clearance deals. I bought it dirt cheap.
That's the song she sang with her dad, right? Unforgettable.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good though.
Well, she sang two. The second one's actually better, I think. On the next album, she did like that. She did "Walking My Baby Back Home," and I think
okay.
that duet's even better. It's really, really good. I don't have that one on vinyl, but I have it on CD.
Do you think if it was just called Wings instead of Paul McCartney and Wings, the album would still sell? It was called Wings
Some
anyway.
of them were. Yes, some of them were. Yes.
Mhm.
And
Well,
yeah,
The
they
basic rule. The
first
basic
one
rule
was.
is when it was a 3-man band, it was Wings. And when it was it was Paul McCartney and Wings. And when it was a 5-man band, it was Wings. That was the basic rule. It didn't.
It
go
was Wings.
100%.
The
They
first
sold
one was Wildlife was just Wings. That was the first one.
Yeah,
Then Red
yeah, but
Rose
there was an
Speedway.
extra. But when it was just Paul, Linda,
Paul
and
McCartney.
Denny, it tended to be Paul McCartney and Wings. And when it was more than that, then it tended to be just Wings.
Yeah.
It was never Paul McCartney and Wings at the speed of sound.
Yeah, really.
No, it was
Yeah.
always Wings at the speed of
It
sound.
was all-
No, that's Wings. That's the most Wings album there is Speed of Sound. McCartney only sings half the tracks on that album.
It's all like
It's a
Wings.
good album.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
The live one was just Wings too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wings
they're
over-
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, the general rule was see London Town it should have been a Paul McCartney and Wings album. That's why I say he didn't go by that rule 100%. Wonder Town was just a Wings album, but it was really just the three of them. The new drummer is on a couple of tracks, but McCartney's drumming most of the tracks.
Yeah, Band on the Run was.
I was gonna say kind of like Band on the Run.
Yeah, Band on the Run is a Paul McCartney and Wings album because it was just.
So is Red Rose Speedway though. Right?
Yeah, well, that was what had happened is the guys were like, hey, and we want more representation and blah blah blah, which is why that was going to be a double album, and then after that, Paul's like, okay, and then we'll just be Wings, and it's kind of a concession to the band, and to Denny.
Yeah,
But then when there was the band, it became just Paul McCartney and Wings again because
I don't think we were fooled at all.
It was great.
That would have been a great concert lineup: A Flock of Seagulls and Wings.
And the Birds.
And the Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Counting Crows could be in that too.
Yeah.
Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. Ooh.
The British Birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BIRDS.
If you don't know about the British Birds, that's where Ronnie Wood came from.
It's okay, Jeff. We're all adults. You don't need to spell.
And Herman's Hermits.
And Hermits.
Well, they wanted on the bill too, so
he's a strange guy to talk to. From Hermits.
Oh, have you had problems with Herman?
No, he's just just crazy about his stories. He'll be in the middle of telling you a story, and he's like,
Then he switches stories, and then
I got him to autograph me out.
Does he sign it Herman?
Huh?
Does he sign it Herman?
Yeah.
No. No, he doesn't. He's Peter Noon.
He didn't punch you in the nose, did he?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No,
that was Neil Sedaka.
Yeah, we just saved that for Neil Sedaka.
Why you?
Put him up. I'll take you all on. Put him up.
I think I could run away from Neil Sedaka now.
Yeah, I think I could
Get back here! I haven't punched you yet.
Off to the washroom again.
You do.
Well, let's talk about Brad. So, my favorite Beatle Brad celebrity intro that he's ever had done is the one where John Oates is doing it, and he's practically running away while he's doing it.
John Oates is on his phone calling 911.
Well, stop talking about him.
Oh, I missed the funny thing. What was the funny thing?
Oh,
we were just talking about when you were stalking John Oates.
Yeah, but I tell you, not too many people have a restraining order from him.
Yeah, well, I think most rock stars have a button on their phone like, Brad's chasing me.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you phone's the cops pick up and it says, Beatle Brad's here.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I know.
Beatle Brad's here.
Beatle Brad's here.
Well, Brad, what I'd said, to be fair, I'll tell you what I'd said. What I'd said was my favorite celebrity intro from your videos was when John Oates is doing it, and he's practically running away while he's doing it.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm in a hurry. And I said, yeah, okay, just a second.
Brilliant.
Denny Lane? Ooh.
Denny Lane. I saw him at the top of the thing there, yeah.
Ooh.
He's in my ears, he's in my eyes.
Denny Lane is in my...
Brad, Why did Neil Sedaka punch you?
Actually, he punched my brother.
His brother he punched.
It was my brother he punched.
Yeah. Yeah, because Neil Sedaka is a mean person.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
Yes, he is.
Bad dude.
You don't have Neil Sedaka.
You know, he's bad. He's bad.
I heard he punched the captain once, and the captain's dead now. So I blame Neil for that.
Captain and Tennille?
Whoa.
Neil's
Yeah, I'm gonna let's start an internet rumor that Neil Sedaka is a murderer.
It will live on in infamy.
And they got him with a shootout.
Yeah,
Speaking of the anthology, did you guys ever see the anthology in a slipcase?
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, did you?
Ooh.
I never. Well, when I bought mine, I bought the 3 individually. But my friend Andre in Quebec, he had an extra slipcase, so he sent it to me.
He gave you the slip.
I've never seen it in the slipcase, but I guess
Neither have I.
I bought them when they were released, right? So they wouldn't be in a slipcase.
Does he know Robert P?
No, this is an original.
Oh, I was just kidding, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until my friend Andre sent it to me, and I thought it was pretty cool.
That is really cool, actually.
Yeah, I've never seen it anywhere else. So I was just wondering if you guys had seen it.
Oh, just wait till the end of the year. We'll have to.
I've never seen those sold as a set either.
Well, so I guess after all 3 of them were released, then they put them in a slipcase and release them all.
Well, yeah,
together.
but I've never seen it. I never knew that they did.
No, I didn't know it existed either. But there it is. That was pretty cool.
No, not that Captain Calhoun. Oh, what? What? Beatle Brad, he always has everything. What?
So what are they?
Long boxes.
What is that?
Long boxes.
Are those the ones from France?
Oh, they're the long boxes. I didn't know.
Yeah,
they
these
came out
are the long boxes.
Ooh.
Oh, well, they're not that long.
They're still in there too.
I got one of them. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they came out in long boxes. That's cool.
Amazing.
They're not as long as the original long boxes, but they're still.
No. My guess is that they were for specialty retailers like Costco and Sam's and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the sort of thing you see at Costco.
You know, because like for the longest time, every CD you bought at Costco came in a long box. Long after the long boxes were discontinued, they'd still make them for Costco. You couldn't steal them. It'd be harder. You could steal it, but it would be harder.
I've still got all my Beatles long boxes, every album.
Good for you.
So I kept them. My mom nearly threw them out on me once. I said, "You don't do that, or I'll kill you."
Mom, don't do that.
She said, "You don't want to, do you?"
This is a great box set.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You probably have this one, Paul, right?
No, I don't have that. No.
It's got every CD in there
Ooh.
with a nice booklet.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
It's even got oldies but goldies. What? Ooh.
Hard Day's Rut.
Yep, Hard Day's Rut. Beatles at 65.
Yeah. It's all the Japanese ones.
Ouch.
Ouch.
And the booklet.
What? Oh, the book.
It just goes up to help then.
Yeah. With a nice centerfold.
Oh, the hell am I doing?
What?
Oh, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yamaha.
I mean, they've got all the Obies. You can put them in with them, or you can set them aside. That's what I do. They're in here.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's
They come in
pretty.
color too.
Very pretty.
Not pretty.
It's pretty.
It's good.
Singles.
It's good. It's got pictures because I can't read Japanese.
Nobody.
Yeah, neither can I. My wife could, but she's no longer here.
Oh, could she? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she read magazines backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Was she Japanese or did she?
No, my wife was from Kansas.
Oh, she just learned how to do it.
Yeah. We used to watch these Japanese game shows. They're actually pretty funny, but I couldn't tell what they were trying to say. All this weird stuff and scaring people, and just some of those crazy game shows in Japan are very interesting.
Oh yeah, the ones where they're doing the courses and the
yeah.
obstacle courses and stuff.
The Japanese word I know is no can do.
I like watching the ones that have been dubbed in English because they're really fun.
Yeah, and you watch
Ken used to show those. That's hilarious. Okay.
Oh.
No, I only had Turkish movies.
Turkish.
Yeah. James wants to know what is everyone's favorite Russell song.
Everybody's favorite what?
Ruddle song.
Ouch.
Probably Piggy in the Middle.
Yeah. It's a tough question.
Yeah.
It is. If you want seriously, what is the best song? Which is not because like Piggy in the Middle is a spoof, but they're not all spoofs. Some of them are more original than others, and I Must Be in Love is a pretty good original.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Song, but for spoofs, I kind of like the one that didn't make the album, but is on the CD. Get Up and Go is kind of good.
Oh,
yeah, that's a real good one. Get Up and Go, yeah.
Yeah, Cheese and Onions.
Yeah, Cheese and Onions.
Yeah, Cheese and Onions, that's another good one.
Yeah.
I like the Ruddles, they were great.
Yeah.
Bring back clips from Turkish Torture.
Another Day is good.
Oh no, what is that?
It's all my Beatles long boxes.
Oh
wow.
No.
Yeah. See? See?
Got that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got them all. I kept them when I bought them.
Got that one.
The CDs are in there.
Got that one.
CDs are all in there. But here's the one that I kept that I don't think many people would have.
Got that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Beatle Brad has everything.
Do I need to get long boxes? That's actually a hard one to get, Paul. You're right.
Yeah, well, it is hard to get, but I kept it when I bought it originally. So
when that originally came out, that was in 2 slim cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a hard one to get.
Same thing with the White Album. They hadn't invented the double case yet. Came along a few months later, and then they put them both in double cases. But
my White Albums are in single cases, but
all things in double. I can actually demonstrate this.
He can demonstrate it. Oh dear!
I only for nefarious reasons. No, not nefarious, but I only have one of the 2 discs. I bought it used a long time ago, but they did come. They did come as singles.
That's interesting.
Came like that, and then there would have been another one. This is I forget if this is even 1 or 2. I think it's 2.
Oh, the track
No, disc 1. It is disc 1, which is the disc.
Do you want to borrow my magnifying glass?
So yeah, I didn't. For the longest time, I didn't have only half of All Things Must Pass on CD.
Yeah.
But it did come like this, same as the White Album. Yep.
Wow, that's a variant.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are going too fast. Now what are you getting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you decide to clean it.
Now he's testing for fingerprints.
Yes.
Oh, the roll top box.
The bread box.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Remember those?
Red box.
Those are expensive now.
Those are there's a story behind this because I always wanted it and I never had the money at the time. Right? It comes with a little book.
So you broke into my house and got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a little booklet, which is kind of nice with all the albums and stuff.
Words to read.
This is a few years ago now, but there was a girl down in Vancouver who had advertised this on Craigslist, and she was selling it. And so I went and looked at it before I was on my way to work. So I was working in Vancouver at the time. So I was on my way to work and I stopped by. She lived in a condo. She came down with this thing. And I said, yeah, that's really nice. It's all there. I says, how much you want for it? She says, $100.
Wow.
And I couldn't get the money out of my wallet fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, at the time, she could have sold this thing for 4 times that amount.
Yeah. Just needed the money, I guess.
Well, she didn't know, and I wasn't about to tell her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She still doesn't.
For me, it was like, well, it's worth $100, but honestly, I wouldn't have paid any more than that for it. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I ended up getting, and this is like maybe 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
She just commented in the comment section, Paul. She wants her money back with it. So
Well, I'll sell it to her what it's worth.
Yeah. Isn't it like $500 or something?
It wasn't. The roll top wasn't working very well when I bought it. It was sticking, right? And so what I figured out is what happens. It works pretty good now, but what happens is it gets all clogged with dust.
Yeah.
And it stops it from sliding. So I blew the dust out, and then what I did is in the groove, you can see you can see it there, but there's a groove here. Can't really see it, but there's a groove here that the thing slides in. And so what I did is I sprayed WD-40 in the groove after I cleared it out, and it works great now. So just cleared all the dust out, and now it slides with the WD-40.
That's what I need to do. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so if yours isn't sliding, just clean it out, put some WD-40s, just spray some WD-40 in, work it a few times. It'll work great after that.
Okay.
There you go.
Hopefully I won't spray the wall.
Yes.
I'll wait till Paul gets back. But yeah, I got a couple of those long boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
I used to throw them out, stupid me. I should have kept all the ones I bought. Where do you store them, right?
It's just a few.
That's a long box.
Oh.
The whole tub is full of long boxes.
You got plastic Ono band, all those, yeah.
But see, they've got. I even kept them with the original stickers too.
Yeah.
Ooh. And prices too.
But I mean, seriously, if you look these up, these are now pricey.
I know.
But yeah, I mean that whole thing is nothing all the way down. That's all boxes.
Okay, I'm just making a note here. Look for blue Tupperware.
Rubber P, you're not allowed to lurk.
Or Rubbermaid. I guess it's Rubbermaid. Is that Rubbermaid or Tupperware? It's Rubbermaid. Look for blue Rubbermaid.
Hey, that's a rare one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a rare one.
Yeah.
I had that. I had all of those at some point.
I've got about 3 versions of that on the actual Russian pressings. They had about 3 different versions of it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, they go all the way down to the bottom. And
then the dog went and released it officially and made mine worthless.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only way you could buy them was through the fan club, and I was a part of the fan club at the time.
I got that CD. Yeah. He hasn't put that one out on vinyl, has he? The green one.
No.
No, not in America, but no, I have it on vinyl. I have a German pressing on vinyl.
And then the best album of all.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I don't have that one yet. I got to get that one.
Okay.
Look at your thrift shop. Somebody's turned it in.
Not on vinyl.
Yeah, see, I didn't keep all my stuff. I kept that one.
I mean, I won't go through them all, but you know, there's.
That's good.
But now, I mean, the whole thing is.
Those things.
I mean, like this. This
But
is a
that's
rare
the
one.
thing, like they all came. Every CD
that's
you
all
bought
right.
came like that. Like my Who's Next came like that.
Let me see.
I just threw the things out because I figured, what the hell am I going to do with these things, right?
Yeah,
I
they
just
didn't.
tossed them all.
I threw
They
a
were
lot of them out.
small, and they didn't want them to be stolen, so they put them in long boxes. And then eventually they came up with, I don't know if you guys remember the long trays that you took them. They had to take them to the counter, and then they took them out of.
Yeah,
that
those,
was like for a long time.
Those clear things.
But
that's hard to get.
But the idea of the long boxes, where do you store? Okay, your record store. Where do you put CDs? Well, you empty out some racks and you put two of those next to each other, and it's the same size as a CD or as an LP, which is why they came up with those.
Yeah.
You just never know what I'll show.
Yeah. Martin likes 33 1/3. Aha, wings. Back to the egg. Wings.
Wings.
Egghead.
Buffalo wings.
Ah.
John Lecken.
Oh. Did anybody ever own Beatle Fan Magazine? Yes, of course. That guy right there.
Big stack.
Stacks and stacks of them.
Yeah. They're worth a lot of money now.
Yeah, I got big stack of those fan magazines, lots of them.
Are they, what color of Rubbermaid are they in? Just make a note. Well.
They're behind the dog that sleeps.
Okay, well, sleep dogs are fine. I got
the watchdog.
Dog treats.
He's such a great guard dog that he sleeps. That's a hard one to get.
Yeah. Well,
seriously, you got to look these up on eBay. I mean, they're like the long boxes are like $45 just an empty box.
Is that Ringo the extended version or just the regular track list?
That's the regular.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll just show a couple more since you're.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Look at that! Wow! Amazing!
There's a tub of them. There's a lot
tub of them. Yes. Yes.
I even got a long box on Elvis.
Yeah. By the way, you guys and your YouTube viewers always make me laugh. Great show tonight. Well, thank you, Lee.
Thanks, Lee.
I'm here to serve.
And we, yes, and we have come to the end of the show too.
We hope you will enjoy the
what
show.
a shame, yes.
And now
We'll be back Thursday for soup.
Yeah, we'll come back Thursday. We'll do more of this on Thursday.
Till then.
8 p.m. EST. Come on back. Do some more.
Uncle Tim will be there.
Yeah, so take care, everyone, and we'll see you again